Yeah, look who's here. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Woods 97.3. Fans get our heads right on a Tuesday. Difficult, more difficult than maybe it should be, but you get through it. We always do. I hate starting the show just going, let's slog through it. Let's get through it. Thanks, Padres. Forget it. Don't let them in. Don't let them in. Don't let them cloud and pollute your mind, all right? We live in a beautiful city. We have beautiful lives. Let's appreciate that today. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer of the program. Good morning, sir.
I had a great night. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it was rough sports-wise.
Oh, you didn't turn it off in the third inning and
enjoy
your evening?
I slogged through it until the 8th, and then I turned it off. But that's what it is. It's a slog right now, certainly. There's an echo. What did I do?
There we go.
Forgot to mute again, huh? Well, I haven't been here in a while. Since yesterday. But before that, I haven't been here in a few days.
It's good now.
Jay-Z says it's like the gods are talking when the echo hits.
Isn't belching on the air worse than echo?
Did I belch?
Yes, you just did.
You belched and echoed?
I didn't mean to. Race is not even my radio station performing. Hey, man, it's a disease, right? It spreads all the way around. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well. Good morning, Benjamin.
Good morning. You know me. I love to be efficient and frugal. So I was thinking, can I play one chip for both the Padres and the U.S. men's national team at the same time?
Because I would say yes, but you asked me before the show, do you have any chips? And I don't. I have them. I left them at home in a box. They're in a box on my desk. Now, I said 10 chips. I'm out. I'm well past 10. I mean, I've used easily 10 this year. So I'm out. But Paul bought me extras. Mm-hmm. He bought me like 25. So I have some chips at home.
Did I give you all of them?
Yeah, you gave me all of them, but maybe one.
Like 4.5 hours of sports misery.
Yeah.
From 5 o'clock until about, I don't know, 8:45 when I couldn't take even I couldn't take the Padres game anymore.
For sure.
I mean, the U.S. men's national team thing was worse because,
they
don't get to play tomorrow. They get another chance in 4 years to play again. Thank you very much for that pathetic performance. I mean, you know what? It's a curse that we've actually learned a little bit about soccer because 4 years ago I would have said, oh, yeah, Belgium, whatever.
Congrats.
You lost and you got to the round of 16. Hey, good job, guys. Get them in 4 years. And now I watch that game and I go, it's not even the same team you saw in the first couple of rounds of the tournament. It was just sad.
I honestly don't feel qualified to talk about it. I really don't. I watched all of the post game.
The people who are qualified all said the same thing.
I know. I saw all the post game. I saw Christian Pulisic needs to show up in games. I saw all of it. But I still don't feel qualified to talk about it. That Ben is called sports radio growth. I'm not going to get on here and pontificate. It was ugly. I did watch the game. It was ugly. And
you saw how tentative they were.
Dude,
though, right?
I mean, obviously. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out.
They were all just standing around there watching Belgium do whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
No. Christian Pulisic. Biggest game of your life. Biggest game of your life. Yeah. And there was no aggression. They were just standing around doing nothing.
I'm not qualified. I'm not qualified. We have
not either.
We have Craig Elson on the show. We have Darren Smith on the show. I texted with Darren a little bit. It's really a tough scene. But again, I make the joke. I have a friend in Dallas. He was my mentor, Bauman. And he's a huge soccer fan. He's Euro trash. So, he grew up in it. And which is also one of my favorite words, by the way. I just remembered how much I love the word Euro trash. It's my favorite. And I will tell him, I'm like, oh, you're Euro trash. That's why you love. You're watching the French Open. You're watching. You're very fancy, dude. You're watching all your soccer matches. And he's been trying for years to get me into it. Let me tell you about the Champions League. Okay, great. Tell me. Okay, well, I'm still not getting up early to watch it. Now, I have really grown to enjoy soccer the last couple of years since SDFC's been here. Weird, right? That's what gets me into it, a hometown team. I'm in. My kids love it. They do the chants at home, the whole thing. So I'm all in on SDFC. So I got really into this World Cup. Found myself kind of pissy yesterday when I was hanging with my wife and kids and we were swimming. And I go, there's a game. I want to watch this Spain-Portugal game. I want to watch this game. And I didn't get a chance to till the very end, and I was missing it. But I like to roast him every few years. I go, hey man, U.S. men's team, this will be the year, huh? This will be the one. Oh, I'm sure we'll get it done this year. This was the one year you kind of believed, all right, they got a chance. And boy, it was over. It was over quick.
It
was like the
reminded
Padres
me
game. It was over quick.
Of the game we went to last year, the SDFC Vancouver Western Conference final game. The way SDFC came out in that game when we were watching in person,
Yeah.
they just got blitzed early, just on their heels. It felt like I was watching that game over again.
Well, then you flipped over to the Padres game, and it was over after 2 pitches. 2 pitches, you could have turned that game off. And you just kind of knew
I
it.
thought they would score. My bad last night. I really thought the Padres would score. Really did.
It's so dire right now. It's just so dire in Padres land. And, people are looking for people to blame. You do wonder if there will be any changes, any wholesale changes. I personally don't see it happening. I'm not saying it shouldn't. I'm not saying it should. I just don't see it happening. I really don't. I don't know that it would help. I don't know that it would change. You said it today before the show started. Well, they're saying all the right stuff. Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing for a couple weeks. Oh, it's time to go. We got to go. Come on, it's time. We got to turn this thing around. You go out and
2023. Remember how many times they said that?
And you
Haven't played our best baseball yet.
And you get home to Petco Park, and you get your doors blown off. You get your doors blown off. You pee down your leg, dude. Both teams. U.S. men's national team and the San Diego Padres. I was like, how ironic. They're running it out on the big screen. Both teams just that meme or that gif of that guy sitting in the chair and he's had 70 beers and he's just sitting in the chair. The big fat guy. He's just vomiting on himself. And I'm like, that's all that popped in my head last night as I'm watching Walker Buehler throw the ball into center field. As I'm watching them kick the ball around, it's just horrific. It was a horrific game. Flail at pitches out of the zone, bad challenges. I mean, it's Padres baseball right now. That's what it is. That's what it is. So there's no pitching. No pitching. They have no pitching. Ben just said, tell me what you just said right before we came on the air.
Today's plan is to start Herman Marquez with a Johnny Brito chaser, I believe.
And I just started laughing, man. What do we do at this point? What do you do?
Let's go, Padres.
It's as
Let's
ugly.
show them how it's done.
It's as ugly as you can get right now. This little stretch.
It's bad.
I mean, how pissed are you if you're the Dodgers? You're like, we lost to those guys? We lost to those. I know we had Emmett Sheehan throwing, but they had J.P. Sears throwing. He had a no-hitter against us through 5 innings.
I'm not even sarcastic or joking in any way when I say that I'm legitimately upset they won on Sunday. We could have a 10
game
timer crap up. 10.
I got home yesterday.
We got robbed of 10.
I got home yesterday. We did play the 8. It's a shames yesterday. I got home yesterday. The first thing that my son Taylor said to me from the pool, he goes, Dad, it's a shame. It's a shame. And he loved it. And then he goes, you got a problem. So it's hitting. It's sticky. It's working.
I did get the sense that was most people's favorite part of the show yesterday.
Play it again.
They've lost 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Should we just do a 9 out of 10 crap up?
It's a shame. 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 It's a shame if they lose.
You got a problem.
Unbelievable. Yeah, it was ugly, man. It was ugly. It was an ugly night for sports. We're used to that around here. Somebody goes, man, I feel sorry for you. You have to go and talk about this tomorrow. I go, don't. I'm used to it. Totally used to it. I get paid. I'm making my money today. Going to try to entertain you guys, but it's getting more difficult, certainly. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you fire Craig Stammen, that's an option, right? Fire Craig Stammen, clean house. Who's the guy then? Ruben? I mean, you couldn't, if you're taking his focus away from the pitching, that's pretty tough. The pitching couldn't get worse right now, though, but I'm not firing Ruben Niebla. He's got too long of a track record. Ruben's a guy I'm going to give a pass to, right? Hey, man, if I bring you some paint and I don't know what my painting metaphors are. I'm going to bring you some paint and a canvas. I need you to make me a Picasso, but I got this paint at Walmart, right? I need you to make me a Picasso. That's what Ruben's tasked with. Hey, here's a bunch of guys from the scrap heap that nobody else wanted. Make him into a rotation.
Like we've talked about why Ruben is a little bit more immune to criticism than Steven Souza Jr. It's because he's been around here and he's been around the game and we've seen what he's done and he has that track record.
People have handed him Rolexes for winning them Cy Youngs, right?
The difference is look at who he's got to work with. He's got Herman Marquez and Johnny Brito tonight, you know, whereas Steven Souza Jr. has Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis, Jackson Merrill, Xander Bogaerts, and then when they're not hitting, you're like, hey, what's going on? We expect them to do better than
New York Mike says Ruben is so overrated. You don't know what you're talking about. You really don't know what you're talking about. He would be coveted by every other organization in baseball. The way that they speak about him in Cleveland to this day, Shane Bieber, guys that he helped really turn into top of the rotation guys. You will not hear a bad word about that man in Major League Baseball circles. You just won't. And I've asked. I'm not looking for bad things. Like, what do you think of Ruben Niebla? Like, dude, the guy's the best in the business. And we got him. But he's also not he's not David Copperfield, right? You know what I mean? He's not a miracle worker. He got the best out of some of these guys early. Walker Buehler, the shine's off Walker Buehler. He's not getting anybody out. He's not fooling anybody. But, you know, you said it last night in the text. What's your option? You don't have any options either because we don't have anybody waiting because we've traded everybody, right? So it's kind of spiraling down the circle right now. And I totally understand the frustration. I feel it too. I was first play of the game. I was like, oh, man, here we go. Literally, first play of the game. I was like, difficult catch for Jackson, slicing away from him, but bad route to the root, bad route to the ball, bad route to the ball, you know, and here we go. Marte standing on third, nobody out. And then the pickoff, thrown in the center field. Guys aren't ready to play, man. They're just not ready to play. They don't look good. It's really tough. It's really tough.
Paulie watched a new show last night. Maybe they should have played that on the Jumbotron out at Gallagher Square instead of the soccer and the baseball. Everyone could have enjoyed it. What were you watching?
Yeah, I finally got around to Widow's Bay on Apple TV. It's like I don't really know what it is yet. I'm 2 episodes in, but it's like a thriller mystery / maybe slight comedy, but
there's some funny parts.
Apple TV puts out good stuff. If they're on board, like it's usually a pretty good product. I haven't found too many on Apple TV that I don't like.
That's a new thing where you start a show and you don't really know what it is before you
start. The rule
I
always like to follow is wait 3, then see. Like give it 3 episodes, see if you like it or not.
I think Apple TV could do a much better job with the resources that they have. I really do. I say that with
interesting.
I'm full-throated. I say that with my whole chest. I think they've done some good stuff. Boy, there's a lot of crap to sift through on there.
Have you watched the new Larry David? I know you love Larry David.
I watched I tried. Minute of it. It's not great. That's on Apple?
That's on HBO.
That's on HBO.
That's HBO. Okay.
Apple TV, they do a good job.
In Severance, Ted Lasso.
Didn't like Severance. Ted Lasso was good, but then it got
Pluribus
really bad. Pluribus was good.
Season 1 of Hijacked was good. I haven't liked season 2 as much.
Right.
It's tough to really follow up. Like one great season, but then where do you go?
We can do another Hijack. This is another Hijack. I know who to call. Idris Elba. I didn't like Shrinking. You did.
I did like Shrinking.
I don't know, man. There's just not a lot. For me, I thought when it came out, it was going to be just epic. They've had a couple of decent shows, but it just I think for the sheer amount of volume I'm looking for. I'm also very picky about shows, very very picky, as you know. But yeah, I did start that one as well. Probably we'll get back to it. It was entertaining.
Yeah, it's like 35, 40-minute episodes, and you're just I'm like not sure. There's some sort of haunted island, and you're not really sure what exactly is going on, but it's enough to keep me interested. And I switched over to that in the 3rd inning after the 3-run homer.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
New York Mike says you get kudos when you do well. You can't criticize when you do bad. Typical San Diego. Listen, I think it's fair. It's a fair comment. But as it pertains to Ruben Niebla, Mike, I'm going to take my chances with him based on, again, what literally everyone in the industry says about him. Right? And the funny thing is, though, maybe I'm making Mike's point for him. I heard the same about Bob Melvin. Nobody better. Bob Melvin was not a great manager, even though he took us to the NLCS. Did not, wasn't in it in the next year. And then it makes you wonder, why do managers keep spinning out here in San Diego? Like, I thought this was the easiest place to manage. You don't get any pressure from the soft media. You got a team that's willing to spend. You got payroll. Why is it so difficult for a manager to stay here? Is it the players? Is it do they drive these guys crazy? What is it? But, Ruben Niebla is not a guy I'm going to look at and say we need to find other avenues for or let him go.
And there's always the phenomenon as well. I mean, look at any Hall of Fame coach or manager.
Yeah.
Not every season in their career is going to be
100%,
perfect.
100%.
You have to acknowledge that you could have the best coach that ever lived for 30 years.
Yeah.
Maybe 25 of them are going to be great. And that's Hall of Fame. I mean, no, that would be unbelievable. There's still going to be 5 stinkers in there somewhere for coaches.
And
managers.
I don't think you're talking about Stammen here.
I'm talking more about Ruben Niebla.
Yeah.
Like, even the greatest pitching coach is going to have a year where his pitchers don't pitch very well. No one has an uninterrupted career of success in professional sports.
No doubt.
Where every year is just the greatest year ever. So when do you just say, all right, I can accept that as a fan, that this is not going to be our greatest year.
Yeah.
And we have to flush it and move on. This happens to other teams as well. Atlanta Braves have been consistently good. Had a terrible year last year.
Terrible.
Back to first place this year.
Yep.
I mean, they've been struggling a little bit lately, but
new manager, by the way.
it happens where you have bad years. It does. Now, what do you do about it? Do you make wholesale changes, or do you just go, you know what? It's sports, and sometimes you just have a bad year.
Stay the course,
and
right?
you stay the course, and you move on and
tough.
go forward. What's the right call?
It's tough to do. I have no idea. I really don't. Again, left to the way that my mind works.
The Padres certainly have not
Forget
been a stay the course franchise. I mean, with managers.
Oh, God, no.
They've changed more than anybody. You think they're slow on the trigger, Padres fans, with changing managers? Like, can't believe they're sticking with Craig Stammen. Your team changes managers more than anybody out there the last few years.
They have had more managers in the last 8 years than you've bought new shirts.
Correct.
That's a true story. Guys, that's not hyperbole.
Say that again. Okay, hang on.
Since we've been a show in 8 years, the Padres have hired and fired more managers than Ben Higgins has purchased a new shirt for himself. That's true.
I've been given gifts.
I'm not talking about giving
freebies.
gifts. I'm talking about radio station
your
freebies.
own money.
Your own money at a store with a debit card.
Not
I'll
a
take
golf
it.
tournament swag bag.
No swag bags, no Benenwood shirts, no ABC 10 News polo that he has on right now. Okay? More managers in the last 8 years than you have.
It's a fair statement.
Than shirts purchased
Correct.
by Ben Higgins.
Correct.
Yes. Correct. So that's how much they change managers here. They change managers a lot. And the thing is, I think if you brought in another manager today, with this team, or do they just not have the pitching? Do they not have the pitching to be good?
I don't think if Albert Pujols was the manager, if anything, it might look even more off the rails at this point. I don't think that the manager
I don't know how it could be more
would
off
make
the
a
rails.
difference right now with the current construction of the
That's
team.
funny. You say you don't know how it can get more off the rails. Of course you do. I mean, it could happen. Like I saw a lot of people, and I'm sure you did as well over the weekend, saying rock bottom. I saw that term
Me too,
going around,
but
and I go, "Are you guys insane?
Well,
do you know what rock bottom means? It means it can't get any worse.
Aren't we 9 out of 10 right now?
Yeah,
They could rattle off another 10.
They have the worst offense in baseball.
Yep.
Their pitching is right close to the worst now in baseball as well, starting at least. Their defense is starting to fall apart. They don't know how to challenge.
No idea how to challenge
at all.
No chance.
I mean, it's not good, everybody. It's not good. They don't really do anything well.
No.
Right now.
Our buddy Christopher last night tweeted, "Hey, look, all we need to do is get 3 starters and 3 bats at the deadline, and we're right back in this thing." I'm like, I don't know that 3 is enough. I don't know that 3 starters is enough for this team. Yeah, listen, I feel you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it's going this way. Fangraphs was right. You made Fangraphs right, Padres players. You let them get you. You could have bucked convention and showed those nerds what's up.
I mean, they're very lucky that they're technically still
no doubt
in a race right now.
There's no question.
They shouldn't be.
There
given
is
their
no-
given their run differential, given their recent play, there's no way the Padres should actually still
No
be
chance.
in a race. They could if they started, pitching again like they did in the first 2 months of the season. They could go on a run, win 9 of 10, and all of a sudden they'd be right back leading the wild card race.
They're
But
4.5 out now. Like you look at that, they're 4.5 out of a wild card right now. Reds are 7, Giants are 10.5. You look at a couple teams and go, there's really only one. Let's call it 3 teams in double digits, right? That are out of it. 3. The Giants, Mets, and Rockies. Could all those guys go on a run in the second half? Absolutely. Absolutely. Maybe not the Rockies, but like we're trending toward Rocky territory right now.
trending
with our-
definitely toward the bottom of the pack, not toward the top of the pack.
There are
right now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams above us for a wild card. That's pretty nuts, man. Pretty nuts. And we sat in here a few weeks ago, 10, 11 games over 500. That was nice. That cushion, you got to build that cushion. Got to build that cushion. It can help you in the second half. No, you got to play. You have to play. You have to play 500. You have to win one game, lose one game, win one game, lose one game, and that would have kept you where you need it to be.
Let's say the Padres go 6-4 in their next 10 games.
Benny, that is such a pipe.
It feels like it, but that's not crazy.
Did we just acquire Tarek Skubal and Sonny Gray?
I mean, they've had plenty of 6-4 stretches already this season.
If the Giants catch us, I'm going to lose my mind.
That would get them to 50-50 sometime after the All-Star break.
Yeah.
They were 50-50 2 years ago. What were we saying at that point?
I think we were livid.
Were we? I can't remember. I mean, and then they, of course, went on an amazing
Huge
run.
Yeah.
And were fantastic the rest of the season.
Pitching rounded into form.
Did we see that coming?
Matt Waldron, really carried us in July. Like, somebody's got to step up.
Did we see? I mean, I can't remember. I'm honestly asking. Did we
I did not see that
coming? Is it possible that that's going to happen again? Because we didn't see it coming the last time. But I just don't feel like that could even be an option right now, where the Padres go on a massive run in the second half of the season, like 2024, and then be the favorites going into the playoffs. I can't see that happening.
I can't either, man.
But we couldn't see it happening 2 years ago. So what?
Well, 2 years ago, did they have the worst offense throughout most of the season? And did they have as much pitching, woes as they have now? No.
It's just the trend.
You had Musgrove, Darvish.
It's the trends, man. It's the trends. It's just the trends. It's where it's trending. And if you read trends, it's been trending downward for a while.
Why was that team with so many?
Well, they had
better
Kolak and Berger. I mean,
but why were they 50-50 then? If they were so much better constructed 2 years ago with what they had pitching wise and everything, why did they play so badly to get to 50-50? I don't remember. I don't remember.
They had the hot start. Right?
What happened? What happened to that team that they weren't better for the first 100 games
I don't know,
of the
but
season?
why are we talking about 2024?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Because the record's about the same as it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because we don't have those arms.
This is a different team.
We have no
with a different manager and a new pitching staff and
we had pitching. We did. We had pitching. We had healthy.
Didn't we have Lugo
pitching.
and Waka that year? Yeah.
No.
Then why did they play so badly the first 100 games of the year?
I don't know.
What was it? Then what? How did they fix it?
You had good year from Manny.
Jackson's rookie year.
Profar was good. Yep, Jackson's rookie year. Yeah, man.
At the end of the year, all
Cease
those
King,
numbers,
Waldron, Musgrove, Vasquez, Darvish.
I mean, there you go.
Yeah.
There it is.
I'm not asking how they turned it around. I know they had players. Why were they so bad? What was wrong with them?
At the beginning, I don't know. I don't remember what happened.
What was wrong with that team in the beginning of the season?
I have no idea. I know why they went on a run in the second half.
Right.
Though. Yeah.
But why were they so bad in the beginning? I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't understand.
I don't remember. You're angry right now.
I don't know, but this team's also not good.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
Tough. All right. Well, that was the worst foreplay of all time. We'll take a break and come back, and then we get to break down last night's 8-0 loss to the Arizona Diamondbacks. And Brandon Pfaadt, by the way. Brandon Pfaadt, a guy that you've seen. Now, it says he's only faced the Padres 10 times. They've seen, in my mind's eye, they've seen Brandon Pfaadt 60 times in the last 3 years. I feel like every time that team comes into town or we go there, Brandon Pfaadt. is on the mound.
He's made 87% of his career starts against the San Diego Padres, apparently.
It is the crazy. Can't figure him out. What's he throw? 94? Can't figure him out. It's guy looked like a world beater last night. Oh, Don again was like, well, looks like he figured it out tonight. And I'm just going, oh my God, Don is losing it. Don is a hair away from shaving his head, like me, completely bald, Britney Spears, and we just go on our little ayahuasca journey somewhere. He's this close. I can hear it in his
about
voice.
to snap.
He is, and I think I would be too if I had to call that game every night. It is so close.
And I will tell you about my experience in the Padres clubhouse yesterday before the game.
Feet to the fire, maybe.
You might be
inspired
surprised as to what I heard.
You
That
inspired
is,
them.
Coming up next with Ben and Woods, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Let it out.
All right, we spent a lot of time talking about preparation in sports, game plans, adjustments, knowing what could go wrong, but a lot of people head into retirement without anything close to that kind of plan. Between inflation, rising healthcare costs, and market volatility, just the cost of living here in San Diego, it's no surprise retirement is stressful. That's why Trajan Wealth exists. TRAJAN Wealth.com. Trajan Wealth works with people who want clarity instead of guesswork. Their fiduciary advisors help build personalized retirement and investment strategies based on your goals and your comfort level, because one size never fits all. They're local, offices at Liberty Station, Carlsbad, and Del Mar, so they understand what it really costs to live and retire here. If you've ever thought about getting a second opinion, it's an easy place to start. Just learn more at TRAJANwealth.com. You can also pick up the phone, call 1-855-TRAJAN1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN1. And when you're ready, again, everything starts at TRAJANwealth.com. Trajan Wealth, plan smarter, dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Actual client, paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please
just a
don't.
little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Went down to the Padres clubhouse pregame yesterday.
Good. Give him a stern talking to.
Talked to Jake.
Yep.
Talked to Manny. Wished him a happy birthday.
Okay, happy
yesterday,
birthday.
34th birthday. They
Did you
were
call him stupid and,
I did
and
not.
lazy? And,
well,
Out of shape.
they just won a game on Sunday,
Oh,
so
vibes
remember,
were high.
not high, but you know they both, like, you could see, like, there was a steeliness in their eyes. They said all the right things, like, you know, we need to play with urgency, and this is an important, really important homestand. These last 7 games before the All-Star break could be season defining. Everything they said as I walked out, I thought, all right, they definitely get it. They know the stakes here are high. I expect them to come out and, you know, I don't know if they're going to win or lose, but I'm pretty confident.
They're locked in.
They're locked in. They're going to put together a great effort tonight. You know, we're going to see a lot of good at-bats.
2 pitches in.
We're going to see some crisp baseball by your San Diego Padres. And then we saw none of that last night.
You know, there's an old saying that I never understood when I was a kid, and I understand it now as an adult. Talk is cheap. It's very cheap. You can say a lot. We can say a lot. They can say a lot. Nobody cares. You know, even apologies ring hollow sometimes, right? I want to see action. It is. Talk is cheap. I mean, you see it around clubhouses. You see it around all sports. It's not, it's not just centralized here in San Diego. It's everywhere. We got to get going, man. This is unacceptable, right? Like, we got to get going. We got to pull it together. Look, you need to square up the pitches. You need to square up. You're going to need to make the plays that you need to make, and then things will fall into place. I do get the sense that the clubhouse is still pretty together. I do get that sense. I have seen it look otherwise. You were down there yesterday. We were there in Chicago. They look like they're a together clubhouse. Are they just not have the talent to be better? Because I look around and I go, I see some talent. I see some talent here. I see some underperforming talent, which again happens in sports. Saw it last night with the U.S. men's team. Talented players didn't play up to their expectations or their abilities. It happens all the time. But talking to the media, it's fruitless. It's fruitless. It bears no fruit.
Manny did acknowledge a couple of things that I thought were interesting. And, he acknowledged the reality when it came to the pitching, especially. We're missing our horses. He said it basically that way. He said, we're missing some of our key pitching rotation horses.
Sure.
Not having Pivetta, not having Musgrove. This is starting to take its toll. We're doing, the best. The guys we have are doing the best they can, but we don't have the horses right now pitching wise.
Yep.
I think Manny thinks that is a key issue for the team. And then he was also asked about the impending sale. And Manny he said, yeah, what is going on?
What's going on with that?
He kind of said, what is going on with that? He says, I've talked to Jose Feliciano. I'm excited about it. He seems like he's really excited to come in and, inject some, possible capital into this team, but he can't do it until Major League Baseball approves him as the new owner. So, I think Manny's frustrated by the limbo that the Padres seem to be in as well at the moment. And I don't think that should be the defining nature of this season. This was a transition season from one ownership group to the other.
That can't be, right?
But that is kind of where we're heading. That in the, when you look back in the history of the Padres, you're going to go, oh yeah, 2026. Yeah, they missed the playoffs, didn't have a very good year. That was the transition year when they were trying to sell the team and kind of in limbo. They waited all year for approval, so no one could really. Everyone's kind of hands were a little bit tied.
I feel like that's
it doesn't have to be. That's what I'm saying. Is like you don't need to think of a sports radio take for 2029 right now, right? Like I think that's a sports radio take.
I don't think that should have any impact on how these guys see a ball, hit a ball, throw a ball, catch a ball.
Yeah, I don't really either. I will say the one person that it should be affecting is AJ Preller, right?
It totally impacts potential moves.
He's the one that is, has had to dance around the ownership changes and all that.
Well, Jackson Merrill's not in the cage going, oh, is today the day Feliciano gets, approved?
No, I agree. But had they been approved beforehand, maybe AJ Preller could have done more to address pitching
in the offseason.
Sure. Rather than just try to piece it together with
absolutely
discount parts, which of course is what is the main reason why the Padres are in this 9 of 10. It is the discount pitching staff, replacements that have not been able to come through. Once you inevitably, every team goes through pitching injuries over the course of the year. Padres are not immune to that, and they've been hit as hard, maybe as any other team. But their replacements have not gotten the job done, especially these last couple of weeks.
My man Joey just DM'd me on Instagram. He goes, here's a fun stat. In the last 10 games, we've allowed 81 runs and scored 29. Geez, 29 runs for the Padres in 10 games is like a miracle. But 81 is the key number there. So I think, AJ is going to have to, the new ownership's going to have to figure out what they want to be. And they're going to need to do what they need to do to get there. Now, Ben, talk about transition year. I think if they keep playing this way, we all agree over the next few weeks, if they keep playing this way, you're going to have to move pieces from this team. You're just going to have to. I think that's the only way for health. And it's weird. We've been to the playoffs. We've seen a little tiny bit of playoff success. And all of us, I think every tier one, every Padre fan would agree, it was awesome. God, it was great. The electric atmosphere, the playoffs, even though it was at Wrigley Field last year. Watching those games, knowing those games are coming, it's awesome. Cool. So playoffs are cool. There's no doubt about it. And you go, is there a chance? There's a chance. Man, We actually have a chance. I don't think we're going to get him, but we have a chance.
I feel like our GM feels that way sometimes too.
100%. And in a transition year, if it's really going to be a true transition year, then I think, if it keeps trending in this direction, and it looks like it will, you got to do what's best for the long-term health of the franchise, right? And you said AJ's under contract, signed an extension. Now, contracts are made to be broken. We know that happens all the time in professional sports. I'm not saying he should go. I'm just saying, if he gets to the deadline, Benny, and they are trending in this direction, and he's like, I'm trading Ethan Salas for Sonny Gray for a half a year of Sonny Gray, I'm going to lose my mind. I think everybody will. And I think it's hard to even be excited about something like that. If
this does not feel like the team to go all in on.
They're 4.5 games out of a wild card right now. 4.5 games. If it trends this way, the trade deadline is still so far away. There's a lot of games there's an all-star break in between.
Like 2 weeks of
2 weeks
games.
of baseball. If it trends this way and you're 9.5 games out of a wild card and you start making moves for mid-level starters even, holy cow, man, that's not a transition.
I think
year.
one of last year's lessons, painful as it may be, is that you really shouldn't mortgage your future to try to get to a 3-game road series as a 5 or 6.
Good point. As excited as some of us were,
wild card
myself
team.
included.
Of course it is. This is why we get mad. We don't get. I mean,
we get mad because it doesn't work.
None of us gets paid less. Doesn't change our families when the Padres lose. It shouldn't, at least. I mean, but we get mad because we feel like they are taking something fun away from us. Fun baseball games in September and October that we look forward to. And when they play poorly, we see those games slipping away. Our future fun is taken away from us. And anytime someone takes fun away from you, you get mad.
Yep.
And that's why we are all right now feeling so mad as Padres fans. It's not because your life is any appreciably worse this right now because the Padres are losing. It's because you feel like, man, I would have loved to go to a playoff game or a viewing party for a playoff game or just watch the playoff game on TV because I get really excited about those and those are fun. And now I know I'm probably not going to get to do that until, well, at least 2027 at the earliest, maybe 2028. Who knows the way things are going?
It's a good point here from Tommy. I guess I must apologize to our beloved Ben Higgins. And I guess AJ Preller must apologize to you too. Tommy says, and this is why Ben didn't guttural yell for trades last year. I apologize. You were right. I was wrong. I got caught up in the moment, trading for Mason Miller and Freddie Fermin. I got excited. And I apologize. You were right. I was wrong. Do you undo that?
Better.
Do you undo that Mason Miller trade today?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I really enjoyed Mason Miller.
I have to so much.
I do undo the Freddie Fermin trade.
It sucks it sucks we never get to see Mason.
I know.
It really, really sucks that we never get to see that we saw Mason Miller 6 times in June. That sucks.
Oh.
That sucks. Hey, I got you a new Lamborghini. You only take it out 6 times. You go down to 7-Eleven for me. Give me a pack of cigarettes and bring it back. That's all you get. That's all you get. You get a 3 miles. You get a 3-mile drive every week. And it's
with a guy like him, as we approach the trade deadline, with a guy like Mason Miller, how much? See, I mean, who was it just saying yesterday that we could trade him in the offseason? You don't have to trade him before August 3rd. But you could get a lot back over the offseason, but could you get more back in August if you made a trade this season to a contender?
I think you explore. I mean, if there's a desperate contender, I mean, you look and see if someone's willing to overpay because they need a closer. They think they can win a World Series.
Right.
All right.
They think Mason Miller is the difference. And
the New York Yankees.
That's why you overpay for someone, because you think that might be the final piece of the puzzle.
The New York Yankees would overpay.
That's the team that you would probably be on the phone with first.
Look, he is my favorite pitcher.
I love him,
so
dude.
Fun to watch, but if we can't use him, what's the point? If they want, look, at this point, convert him to a starter. Fine. If he wants to do it, I'm fine with it. Because we got him for what, 4 more years? We're going to lose next year probably to a lockout. Like, there's no point in having such an elite closer if you can't use him.
There really isn't. There really,
and
really,
you know, and you look back at the Freddie Fermin trade last year. And we've talked about this before.
We've litigated this one.
If Mike Schilt had just played Luis Camposano,
that's it.
That team would have been better off. You wouldn't have had to make a Freddie Fermin trade, and you wouldn't have had to give up pitching that would have hurt you this year. But Mike Schilt refused to play Luis Camposano.
Yep. Refused. Flat out.
We see that, no, Luis Campusano can play on this level.
How about Ryan
absolutely
O'Hearn?
can.
What would Ryan O'Hearn have done in a better position that played more than twice a week? Listen, there's all these things you can go back and look at and say, this was bad, this was bad. Luis Ariz doesn't get concussed. Maybe he hits 350 for us like he's doing for San Francisco. If Ron Washington's here teaching him to play second base, maybe he's your second baseman. It's just it's a tough go, but a true transition here. Satan's Blowfish always has a level head. He says, I think people are drastically overestimating what you can get back for expiring contracts. Now, Mason's not expiring. He should net you a haul. He should, if you decided to trade him. I saw people yesterday saying, you got to trade Buehler while his value's high. His value is no longer high. Nobody wants Walker Buehler. Nobody. No, I'm sorry. I mean, the last two starts have been atrocious.
Nobody wanted him.
And nobody wants him. Nobody wants Giolito. Nobody wants anybody, really. I mean, what starting pitcher of the San Diego Padres other than Michael King?
Maybe. I mean, yeah.
That's it.
But I don't know that you're getting as much from him as we think we would, because we've seen him at his best. He's not at his best.
He's trending in the right direction.
I think so.
I feel like. But, man, it's really tough. It's really tough. In races, so you just let him expire? Yeah, I mean, either that or you see what you can get. Obviously,
I'm looking at shopping Morahone. I don't know that you re-sign him.
Sucks, man. He's going to get a
huge bag, and you're not going to re-sign. So why not get something for him in a lost season?
But that's the kind of guy you get a prospect for him, but it's not like a top 50 prospect in baseball because you're just renting him.
Better than him locking us down to a 78 and whatever record. You know what I mean? Like,
or spending $26 million a year on him or something insane, because he could close for a number of teams.
Quickly, just set the menu for the program. It is a Jesse Agler Tuesday. He's going to be with us a little earlier than usual, 7:35 on our SDCCU fan hotline. So Jesse Agler will come and get his incorporator word, and usually makes us feel a little bit better. I don't know if that's possible today, but I
don't think so.
We can try. All of our regular features as well. Ben and Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Let's get to traffic, and then we'll do a quick crap up of last night's 8-0 loss to the Diamondbacks next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 97.3 The Fan Traffic Center, here's your latest traffic update.
National City, the northbound 805 is crowded with slow stretches getting into San Diego from the 54 to past El Cajon Boulevard. Joey Vlasny with Odyssey, San Diego traffic.
Brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
It's a shame if they lose.
You got a problem.
How did things play out in yesterday's game?
Supremely stupid.
It's time for the Padres
Crap Up
with Ben and Woods. Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, here's something to cheer you up. The rooftop pool's open, day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
We'll give it 16 minutes of salt, and then we'll, get back on the pump and figure it out.
This game has got to come to an end.
Perdomo takes off, gets a huge jump. Buehler turns, throws to second. It goes into center, and Marte will come in and score. Kepler is hit on the line the other way. Taylor charging in left. Perdomo rounding third on his way. Taylor's throw is well over the head of the catcher, Duran. The run scores, and Kepler ends up at second base. It's 2-0. Rio flew to left his first time up, chops one through the right side. That's a base hit. Darrell trots home from third. RBI single. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. wasting no time. The Diamondback lead is now 3-0. The ball. Now a long fly ball to right field for Kepler. Fernando's barely going to turn around to watch. A 3-run home run for Max Kepler, his first as a Diamondback. And with that swing of the bat, it goes from 3-0 to 6-0. Great grandchildren came to visit. Here's the high fly ball to deep right field. And Perdomo, a home run. Swung so hard the helmet popped off his head. And Geraldo Perdomo with his 6th of the year, a 2-out solo shot in the 4th inning. And the Diamondbacks have made it 7-0. Pitch, Arenado in the air, deep to left field. Samad Taylor back to the corner. He looks up. This one gonna go. Second balcony Western Metal. Arenado able to keep it fair. His 10th home run of the season, and it's 8-0. 1, Slow ground ball to the right side. We'll never know your guess. Picked by Smith. Flips to Jamison, covering in time. And the ball game is over.
Even over under a dozen.
No runs, a hit, nobody left. And for the ninth time in 10 games, the Padres have fallen, this time to the Diamondbacks by a final of 8-0.
That didn't look great from elsewhere. I wonder what that looked like from the dugout.
Didn't look good, didn't feel good, doesn't taste good. We got to wash that one off quick and get back at it and get the focus and the attitude that we had even in LA.
If you could put it in context, how disappointing that is. I mean, it's a big week, and it's a big couple weeks coming up, and you guys have talked about like the momentum and all that. I just wonder how disappointing the performance like that would be.
Yeah, it is a disappointing performance. It doesn't define the rest of the homestand, and that's our job, is to bounce back and be ready to go and give a better effort tomorrow night.
Our wrap-up brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. I think we could all use a little staycation out at that new hotel.
Bro, you're not
right
kidding.
now. Doesn't that sound nice?
Yes.
Yeah.
To get away just a little bit.
We just got away to Chicago.
I know.
Yeah, it's different.
I'm
It's
going to
different.
Vegas on Monday. It's going to be hot. It's a
be
long
like
drive.
Chicago.
And I'm
Here,
like,
though.
man, it's not that
Real
far.
nice here this week.
A little bit
It's
closer.
Just a suggestion for everybody.
I'd like to dip my feet in the water.
That would be nice.
Not my shoulders, though, because I got seared
You
again
did.
yesterday I did.
Oh man, that was a
That was a fun
rough one
hour
last
here
night.
on Benham Woods.
Yeah.
Very fun hour. I don't enjoy these. I like to
Let's
laugh.
do 3 more.
Padres have lost 9 of 10. If you hadn't noticed,
Yeah, 9 of 10.
there's your crap up for a Tuesday morning. Soccer wasn't any better. In fact, in many ways, it was actually worse than the San Diego Padres. We'll talk about that and more. Hour number 2 of Ben and Woods coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Wanted to salute one of our colleagues here at 97.3 The Fan. If you listen to our crap up, you might have heard Bob Scanlon was sitting in with Jesse Agler yesterday. Jesse will be with us, by the way, at the bottom of the hour. Tony was off yesterday, and I heard Chris mention this. He was taking his daughter, Michaela, to Grand Canyon University to check in, begin her career as a women's soccer athlete for the Lopes at Grand Canyon as a incoming freshman already. Like
training camp.
July training camp. Yeah, it's a fall sport, so they get started really early on the D1 level. Pretty cool for Tony, though, that daughter, D1 scholarship athlete, getting ready and checking her in at college for the first time.
And how
Pretty
cool for Tony, for 6 weeks out of the year, he's going to be just a few exits away in Peoria every year.
That's true too. Yeah.
She won't be playing in season.
No,
but still grab dinner.
You know,
or
as soon as the Padres season is over, which is looking like it will happen at the end of September, he can probably go and watch a few matches.
That's amazing.
Head on over. It's just an hour plane flight. Very easy to get over there. So I wanted to wish my best to the Gwynn family on a new chapter in their journey.
You're such a kiss ass. He's still not going to like your questions at the round table. It's funny you mentioned. I was texting with our good friend Skip Schumacher yesterday.
How's Skip doing?
He's doing good. I have a.
They've fallen out of first place.
I was going to ask, how
West,
are they doing?
But they're in second, very close in a very, very, very mediocre division.
Yeah, they're 45 and 45. And again, their ownership has kind of like committed to not spending a ton of money, right? Like, I don't know how active they're going to be at the deadline, but we'll see. It's Chris Young. They're being
at least they're committed to something.
They're committed to
not
something.
Spending a lot of money.
They're committed to not spending a lot of money. But I have a shirt for him from my team, that's Encinitas Goats. I wanted to send him because he's been so helpful for me starting this team. And he goes, throw in a new Ben and Wood shirt. And I go, I'll do you one better. I'll throw you in two. I had two Smediums because that's what he likes. The Smedium shirt, as you know.
He's probably our only tier one, maybe.
That's a Smedium. I sent him over a couple, and I said, hey, just shipped them off. He's like one of the three people I'd run to the post office to like ship stuff to. Everybody else, I'm like, I'm not doing this.
Unless they're buying a baseball card.
Well, yeah, then I do it.
Totally different.
But I sent it to him. You guys want me to read his home address on
you
there?
Have any Skip Schumacher baseball cards?
I do.
You do?
Yeah, I do. Should I read his home address right here?
Sure. Go ahead.
Here we go. No, so I threw in a couple Ben and Wood shirts, and then he sent me, I said, shipped, should be there tomorrow, the next day. And he sent me this picture of his son moving into TCU yesterday. His son, Brody, I believe, they're doing the move in yesterday. Rangers off day, I do believe. And he's getting them all dialed in at TCU, which is right up the street from Arlington.
Pretty convenient.
Pretty cool.
For Skip.
Yeah, we missed the boat on that one. Missed the boat.
Which boat?
It's the Skip Schumacher boat.
Oh, the Skip Schumacher
boat. It pulled out. It went to Texas.
That just felt like even more of a twist in the knife as a Padre fan.
Yeah, Diesel did Ben just call us fat? That's a good point. I think
it wasn't my intention. I just felt like Skip is the only one that's kind of built as a smedium,
I think we have
like
some
he's
fit
well built.
tier ones.
Yeah, we have a lot of fit
taller
tier
though, right? We have a lot of tall tier ones. From
calling
what I've
Skip
met.
short?
Yeah, Skip is very short.
Did you call Skip bald?
I did not.
Oh, he is bald.
Yeah, he's also fairly short.
He's very short.
Our tier ones are taller than that.
That's what you meant.
Yeah.
Tall. So you think our tier one should shop at the tall and fat store?
The tall store.
Oh, but you've dug a hole for yourself this morning here.
Partially got myself out of it. It's all right. All right.
We do let you know in our web store, we do sell double XLs in there as well.
I bought a few of them myself.
As have I.
But very few because we have more managers than shirts that I've actually bought over the last few years.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little soccer for a second. I know everyone was watching last night. Felt like everybody was watching. Like the most excited I've been for a soccer game maybe in my life, honestly. I mean, that was pretty big moment for the United States. You felt like they had a real chance. Even the odds makers at the end made them slight favorites.
Were they favorites?
Yeah, slight favorites over Belgium, which is a really good team, a top 10 world, ranking European power with a lot of big names, very deep lineup and roster. So you didn't think it was going to be easy, but the way the U.S. was playing, you felt like, all right, just carry some of that momentum right in, and you've got a great shot. And we mentioned it in the open. They come out and they just looked so timid.
Timid is a great word for it. Timid.
On the pitch. That first goal where, they got a couple shots, they blocked it. I thought, all right, they're going to start feeling like they're into this match now. All right, they survived.
They were under attack early.
They were under attack early, but they survived it, I thought. And then you've got this ball that goes up in the air, and you've got like it's like a pop fly into the outfield where the second baseman, the center fielder, the right fielder, and the shortstop are all kind of converging, and they all just look at each other like, does anybody got it? And nobody gets it, and it drops right in the middle of them. That's kind of what that first goal looked like. It just dropped right there and bounced to a Belgium player, and they were able to easily score the first goal of the match. I mean, easily score the first goal of the match.
Oh, yeah. No question. And look, man, you have to ask the question. Did we kick a hornet's nest with the whole Balogun situation? Was the hornet's nest kicked? Because they were talking about it right up until game time. Their manager, the players they came out, Benny, on fire, hair on fire. And he wasn't much of a factor at all last night. Really, nobody was much of a factor for the U.S. But, sometimes you don't want to kick the hornet's nest right before a big match, and I think that's what we did. And
I think in hindsight, it's fair to say that they would have been better off not going through the controversy and just not having Balogun
having him play.
Would have been better off for Team USA.
But
Maybe
I
they
will say
would have
this,
felt
though.
like they had to rally around their teammate who wasn't there. Instead, it just was this awkward situation, and they didn't look like they were able to cope with what was going on around them.
And I'll say, man, not knowing really the first thing and not even being qualified to talk about, I'll just tell you what I saw. They looked so much better than us, so much more crisp. Now, again, it's a symptom of them being really good, but it's also a symptom of the U.S. playing very scared. And they said that on the broadcast. They used words like scared, timid, afraid. Like they were talking about this in the postgame, too. They were talking about, these guys look like I hate this. I don't like this phrase in sports. There's a couple I don't like. This is one of them. They look like they didn't want to be there. I don't agree with that. This is what they've worked for their entire lives. They got punched in the mouth. They did early, like really right out of the chute.
They survived, and after 30 minutes, they're still down 1, and then they get the goal by Malik Tillman on the free kick, which, a little fortunate. It bounced off the Belgian player's head and redirected into the goal, but you got it. You got it tied.
You got it.
And now the crowd is into it. I mean, now you've got a chance to really capitalize and
how long
just
after?
Take off like a rocket ship. 61 seconds. And remember, a lot of that time is pulling the ball out of the net. The clock keeps going. So that includes the time to pull the ball out of the net, the U.S. to celebrate, to put the ball back in the middle of the field, get it going. 61 seconds later, so probably like 15 seconds of actual play, Belgium scores and just deflates the whole thing again. It couldn't have happened any worse. And again, they were on their heels on that goal. They get to halftime down 2-1, which was probably fortunate. Could have been 4-1, could have been 5-1 pretty easily. It certainly wasn't going to be 2. They had no other chance to score other than the one where they actually scored, really. But Belgium had plenty of chances. But you're still in it. You're down 2-1. You're at home. You've got the crowd. You got the second half. And they looked like at the beginning of the second half was the best that I saw from Team USA. They were attacking. Belgium couldn't get the ball back. You thought, all right, I've seen enough of this to know if this keeps going like this, they are going to score. They're going to tie it up. They're going to take control of this match in the second half. And they kept looking like they were about to score. That momentum chart that they do in the soccer where it's like, one side and then the other side. It was all blue for the United States there early in the second half. And then they give up just the most ridiculous goal. I mean, we all saw it with Matt Freese, the goalkeeper. Came out, there's no problem coming out of the net. But when you're that far out of your net, I act like I know soccer. Doesn't it seem logical? Just kick the ball way away.
Yes.
Because you can't get back into your net in time. You don't want to be playing around with it when you are nowhere near your net and you can't use your hands outside of the box. So just kick it away, regroup, and get back to the momentum that you had. But as soon as he, duffs that one and it gets poked away and Reem can't stop the shot, it's just the softest of soft goals. And that was it, obviously. That was the game right there. Nothing after that. ever felt like the U.S. was going to recover from that goal.
No, I flipped it over to the Padres full time after that. I didn't even see the last goal. So
very, very late and, just inevitable. But
didn't matter. So it's over. It's over. What's the furthest they've ever gone in the World Cup, the U.S.?
In the very first World Cup, and I don't even know how the format worked, they got to the semifinals. That was 1930, though, and there was barely any teams in it. In the modern era, they got to the quarterfinals that once. So it was 2002, Landon Donovan, when they got to the round of 8. That's where they would have gotten if they had won yesterday. So they've been booted in the round of 16 like the last 3 of the last 4 times when they've actually been in it.
So they're very consistent.
One time they didn't get through, and one time they didn't qualify for the World Cup at all. So this is where they stopped. And ultimately, they beat all the teams they were supposed to beat. Throw out the Turkey game that didn't matter. They lost to the team that was probably better than them. I don't know if that's okay. Is that a failure? Is that a success? I mean, it feels like a failure. I can't say for sure that you had to beat Belgium. They weren't upset in that game. It wasn't an upset loss by Belgium. They're a good team that probably certainly deserved to win. And, now that you look at it, you go, yeah, they got better players than we do.
Took the crowd right out of it, though. Yeah. I mean, the crowd was just dead. Somebody said in the chat, the crowd was into it for about 4 minutes last night, which is tough. That will be that. That's done. We'll be 55 years old almost by the time the next one rolls around. Should we make it 54 years old?
Should we make it that
Should
far?
we make it that far?
Yeah. And then, the next question is, do you re-sign Mauricio Pochettino?
I think so.
For
Good
another
coach.
run. I mean, I thought it would have been a no-brainer yesterday. Like,
I think it still is.
Now it feels like
they paid him $6 million.
He had the best kick of the night with those water bottles on the sideline.
They kept showing that.
It was fun.
Wouldn't we like to see Craig Stammen do that once? Just knock over something.
I feel like it would look fake.
That's true.
I just don't think that's his. I just don't think that's his personality, and that's okay. That's who he is. Don't be something you're not. Right. That's eyewash. Right. But even when he goes out to try to argue, it looks a little eyewashy. It's tough. He's dug himself into a little hole.
Ultimately, if they had won, Belgium will play Spain. That's who the United States would have played. Spain's the best team in Europe, either that or France, and that's who they would have faced in the semifinals.
It was a pretty good match too.
It was coming to an end sooner rather than later. Maybe one game sooner than we all would have liked, but this U.S. team was not winning the World Cup. We now know that pretty clearly based on what we saw.
Easier to say today.
It is much easier to say today.
It's like I've heard my entire life. Just wait for the next. Wait for the next tournament.
The next one.
It's interesting how all 3 hosts had the exact same path, where they looked really good, exciting in group play, got their first win in elimination in the round of 32, and then gave up a bunch of goals and lost. Mexico clearly had the best run of anybody. They were the most dominant early and probably should have beaten England. They actually came out with a really good effort and just came up short in that wild match on Sunday. But
that was my favorite match so far. It was incredible.
So
but it was just incredible.
Ultimately, they all go out in the round of 16, and now we're left with basically the teams you thought were going to be there. Very chalky at the end. But hey, Brazil went out in the round of 16. Germany went out even earlier.
Right.
It's, the United States certainly top 16 team in the world, I guess, that's our lot in life. And that's where we're kind of destined to sit, perhaps for our whole lifetime.
Feels right. Yeah, feels right. Padres fans too. Padres fans too. So it's kind of a double thing.
All right. We will take a timeout. When we come back, we will get to Don't Do This. How about a college basketball star running a multi-million-dollar scam?
Oh, okay.
For DDT. We'll get to that and more coming up next. Broadcasting live from our Bill House studios. We know how on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 0000466. For a full list of games and rules, played at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
I got an email from 7 Mile Casino yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah. They said they've been following a court case about card rooms, and I guess they won. So
good.
They were very happy. That means all the card playing and California-style blackjack continues at 7 Mile Casino. It's a great place to play cards, whether it's that or Texas Hold'em, Pai Gow Poker, or Baccarat. And what was important as I was reading this email, they have a lot of family members, employees, who work there and have made that place a very special place for people who enjoy playing cards. If you've been there, the feeling. They want you to feel comfortable. They want you to feel at home when you go to 7 Mile Casino.
Yeah, and if you haven't been there, it's not for a lack of us telling you to go there. You got to go try it. It's just 7 minutes from Petco Park. Might be more entertaining. Down at 7 Mile Casino, might have more fun. I don't know, but that's up to you. They got great food, friendly dealers, smoke-free environment. Check it out. It's good enough for Dodgers shortstop Miguel Rojas. It's good enough for you.
Also, in that email, they said some new menu items as well. But I need to go out and check. I saw there was like a chicken Caesar wrap and a few other options that they now have at 7. I think some churros might be new as well in the dessert menu.
Now I'm sold.
I know. And you can enjoy them on the patio. You can enjoy them in the bar area. You can enjoy them while you're playing. Players discount for their Players Club members, 35% off at the tables. Check it out today at 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Got Jesse Agler coming up at the bottom of the hour, but he will also make an appearance. Did you knock over your Eco Water?
Oh, God.
Don't do this, Woods.
I usually have my cap on my...
It's just water.
I know.
It'll try.
I know, but...
Don't do this.
Smell all mildewy now, maybe. What do I do? Do I dry it?
I don't think there's much you can do unless you're going to bring in a fan or something. Oh, yeah. Just kick it around. That'll help. Yeah, use your foot to kick it around.
Are you just like stomping it into the carpet?
Yes. As I was saying, Jesse will make an appearance in Do This in a moment as well. Don't Do This brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers, helping San Diego homeowners and contractors fix it, build it, and
enjoy it.
Maybe they can come in and replace the carpet you just damaged.
Maybe.
I will start with a story from college basketball. Kirk Krissa, I remember him from Arizona. He has bounced around quite a bit over 6 seasons of college basketball. 6'3" guard from Estonia, played at Kentucky, West Virginia, was at Cincinnati last year, has been arrested and indicted on a $2.2 million fraud scheme, according to the Department of Justice. So I guess his side gig while he was playing college basketball, assuming he made some pretty good NIL money while he was doing that, is he would basically go online and say his mother had cancer and needed treatment and get people to give him money. He also would pretend to be his mother in another scheme, saying he needed money to save the family's farm. He also pretended to be a woman named Irene. He would sign like agreements to pay people back, but Irene had no intention of paying the people back.
Cow.
Pretty much just a financial fraudster and college basketball player at the same time, carrying out this multi-million-dollar scheme.
It's soulless.
It really is.
The cancer thing, too. It's tempting fate.
And I heard Chris Ello talking about this. The real damage is not just to the victims who have lost money, but it's to the faith of everybody else who wants to give money to good causes, but then looks, am I just being scammed?
Right.
Is this a fraud? Then no one ever is going to want to, donate because you can't trust anybody. It's just the worst thing.
It's horrible. How much? $2 million?
$2.2 million is what they said in the Justice Department indictment.
Well, you thought that was bad. Let me tell you about Blaze Taylor, who was a former captain, 4-year starter at Arkansas State. He was also a scout for the Tennessee Titans. Ben, he was found guilty of murdering his girlfriend and her unborn child by spiking her pink lemonade with cocaine in February of 2023. She died. The fetus died. And he has now been sentenced to life in prison for that heinous, disgusting crime.
Former scout.
Scout and college football player. Gnarly. Maybe just separate. Right? Probably like, I don't want to have a kid, so I'm going to do this instead. Just separate and raise your child. Not everything works out the way it's supposed to, but he's life in prison.
That sounds
a heartwarming story.
Yeah. Do this. Just got to move on to do this, I guess.
Yeah.
DD mega doo-doo.
So last week when we were in Chicago, we gave Jesse Agler on Tuesday his incorporator word of numismatics.
Numismatics.
The study of coins and currency.
That's right.
And whatever happened Tuesday, it was a wild game. It was hot as all get out. Jesse never got around to the incorporator word, and we said, don't worry about it. You've done phenomenal work for us all year. I kind of forgot about it. And then Paulie said, oh, Jesse did get to it on Wednesday last week. So he actually got to it during the 23
Hey,
loss.
What else is there to do?
He's just doing bits. Yeah.
We, of course, weren't listening. We were sitting out on the rooftops of Wrigley Field. So we missed this entirely.
This was in the top of the 9th inning, so we had been gone for multiple hours.
So 23-3 in the top of the 9th inning. And he actually got the incorporator. He was probably looking for something, anything to distract him from the game at that point.
Wicks will deliver, and Sheet swings, pops it foul back towards us. That's another souvenir. Boy, the store here at Wrigley, by the way, they got everything. Whether you're into game use stuff, autographs, numismatics, they've got you covered.
What?
1-2. Gavin takes outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Slid it in there.
I'm not sure it made any sense whatsoever, but
it works for me.
Got
Works
it
for
in.
me. Got the word
Got it in
which
the
is
ninth inning.
the ultimate goal.
23-3 game. How badly do you think? I mean, we left. They couldn't leave.
Can't leave.
They had to broadcast the whole game.
It's excruciating. What's spring training?
In
Got to
the
be
heat.
worse, right?
I don't know. It's not that hot at spring training usually.
No, it's not that hot, but like a spring training
Just
game.
a game.
It's just the drags, you know.
Sure.
But this is a regular
That was
season game.
23-3 and the elements and the tiny ass
that
press
little
box.
press box we went into, and
you're looking at staring down the barrel of a flight right afterwards from Chicago to Los Angeles.
Like
So
we
face the
you can't
Dodgers.
even relax after the game. You're just getting around on a plane.
We were walking around the press box on Monday last week, and Don and Mud let us into their booth. Now they got the big booth, the big TV
and
booth.
it's still tiny.
It's still like Jesse's told me for years, if me or Tony want to get up, like you have to both get up out of your chair, walk up the stairs, and let the other person by. And I'm like, I saw it and I go, wow, like Don literally has to get out of the way so that Mud can kind of shuffle in around his chair.
Don said it used to be
tiny.
worse before they both lost some weight. He said it was terrible when they were both bigger, portlier guys. And it was really, really tough to get in and out of. But he's like, I've lost some off the boiler, so it's much easier.
Send him a medium Benedict shirt
Oh,
now
God, he'd look
after
great
he's
in it.
lost some of that weight. That's great.
Yeah.
And that is don't and do this for a Tuesday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Giveaway time. If you're interested in Del Mar opening day, a week from Friday, July 17th, we got a pair of tickets to win right now to a Tier 1. Tickets include opening day admission at Del Mar and exclusive access to special party, complete with world-class DJs, craft beers, and cocktail bars, photo booths, and private wagering. Tickets are available at dmtc.com. This event is 21 and up. You can call and win tickets right now by being the fourth caller at 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. DMTC, Del Mar Thoroughbred Club.
Yes.
Is that match over? I was watching Wimbledon.
Yes, Coco Gauff advances.
Above you. Coco Gauff defeats Jessica Pegula in the quarterfinals at Wimbledon in an All-American quarterfinal and advances to the semifinal. She'll take on the winner of Naomi Osaka against Carolina Mukova in the semifinal. So a chance, last American remaining on the women's side. And then I believe Taylor Fritz from San Diego is still alive on the men's side at Wimbledon as well. If you've got your grass court tennis update for you
There
right
you go.
now.
Nailed it.
All right, let's take
Wimbledon reach around.
Quick Wimbledon reach around. Let's take a quick timeout. When we come back, Jesse Agler will be with us a little bit early on Wednesday. I got to pick an O word for Jesse now, since we just paid off the N word.
Ooh, I got a good one. I'll tell you. I can't say it right now. I'll tell you during the break.
Great one.
All righty. Coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
But quickly first, my friends, if you are a business owner, CFO, HR manager, your company has more than 25 employees, you've bought an insurance policy before. And you know how the transaction usually goes. Hey, thanks so much for buying this. We'll see you later. Handshake, commission, all done. May not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. So your business does continue to run, and there are gaps involved and the risk involved. That's why we're talking about Super Sure. Again, if your company's got more than 25 employees, CFO, HR manager, or the owner of said business, it can be very complex to buy a policy online. Super Sure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. Access their tools like the fine print facts, the business value calculator. You can estimate what your business is worth. You know what actually needs protecting. Go to supersure.com. One super agency for you. One powerful platform. All your policies are in one place. Again, go to supersure.com and keep it simple. That's supersure.com. Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency. He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's going to hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee hurts.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
By David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Congratulations to Beth. Just won the pair of tickets to opening day at the Del Mar racetrack and the special party. We'll have more tickets to give away all week long.
Beth, I hear you calling, but I can't come home right now. You know that song?
I do not. At least not the way you sing it.
It's identical. It's Kiss. Beth. You never heard Beth before? Oh, my. Have you ever heard Beth?
Oh, yeah.
He's never heard of it.
Beth.
We are the same age. Peter Criss. Huge hit.
It sounds more ballady
It
than
is.
Kiss.
It's a total
I
ballad.
didn't know they did ballads. I thought they were all just kind of glam rock.
You've never heard Beth.
Beth.
I think about the movie Role Models.
Yeah, of course.
So underrated.
Reindl says nobody knows that song. Everybody knows Beth. Everybody. Except for my co-host.
But Jesse Agler even knows that.
I bet you he does.
Jesse,
you ever heard the song Beth by Kiss?
Not by name. I mean, they played it, but you knew I didn't. Come on.
Jesse's like me. It's baseball all the time for Jesse Agler.
Yeah.
Baseball and sandwiches.
Which is, it's been a tougher gig the last couple of weeks, Jesse.
What was the worst, by the way, of the last week? What was the worst for you guys?
That's a good question. Obviously, 23-3 is awful, but losing the Grand Slam, we played his call yesterday, which was
fantastic.
I ran into Jesse in the clubhouse, and he said, yeah, probably not putting that on the demo reel, but man, I mean, we're just talking about how they always take advantage of the mistakes, and you couldn't even get the words out before the Dodgers took advantage of the Jay Cronenworth error. It was uncanny, Jesse.
Yeah, I think that was probably the one that hurt me the most, that game, because I think, first of all, it was like the third in a row that was really tough, because it went 23-3 was first. And look, those ones get away. And I know 23-3 looks bad on paper, but like the last 8 runs were against Rodolfo Duran. So like in my mind, I can convince myself it was really 15-3, which isn't quite as bad. And then, you know, the next day you blow the 6-0 lead. And that was worse to me than 23-3. And then the day after that, you know, but the 6-run lead, that was earlier in the game, right? So it was like, okay. And then now the 3-0 lead was later in the game, and you'd kind of convince yourself like, all right, they're going to win tonight. This is better. and then the error happened, and then the next pitch, the grand slam. So for me, that was like the toughest of the run there. But they came out the other side of it, and life goes on. And look, most teams have a cruel stretch at some point in the season, and just for whatever reason this year, the Padres' cruel stretch was particularly cruel. It seemed
very cruel, and yeah, I mean, you lose games, lost 5-3. 6-2, like these were that stretch when we were in Chicago. Yeah. We started to blame ourselves, number one, for even going on the trip. But then, I felt a little bit better when they went to LA. Like, oh, it's not Ben and Woods. We definitely weren't at Uniqlo Field. That's for sure, Jesse. And then last night a lot flat. What are you seeing from Walker Buehler? That's two really, really rough starts in a row for him. Probably not used to having back-to-back starts like that, maybe ever in his entire life.
Yeah, no, definitely weird. I mean, like, again, right, like the first one, the Wrigley game, you can kind of throw it away, right, mentally, at least psychologically, because you go, okay, hey, wind blowing out 23-3, weird day. I think that's a very easy one to just kind of cast aside. And then, right off the bat yesterday, that game got off to a weird start. You had the tough ball, from Merrill. Like, obviously nobody could see the ball in the air in the first inning last night. Corbin Carroll had trouble in the bottom of the inning. Jackson, I think, had trouble in the first, ball of the night. It turned into the triple. So you had that. You had the two errors. And it was like, what's going on, right? And then, Walker, to his credit, kind of limited the damage in the top of the first inning. And you're going, all right, only 2 runs. Like, that definitely could have been worse. He made some good pitches.
Yep.
And I'm working with Scanlon last night, and Bob's really good at sort of, like in a way that I can't do, kind of parsing the difference between like a guy who's pitching well, but maybe giving up some hits and runs, and a guy who's not pitching well. And then the second inning, no problem, for Walker. And then in the third, the Diamondbacks, to their credit, kind of went like Diamondbacks of 2 years ago, where they were just like finding the holes and not trying to do too much. And they were just kind of like, all right, we'll knock one through the right side, or we'll push one through the left side. And then, he made a bad pitch to Max Kepler, who hit it a mile, and then all of a sudden you look up and you're like, oh my, it's 6-0. And, we've seen a lot of that, and not from just Buehler, from a lot of guys in the last few weeks. And I think, baseball's a team game. And when you are in a situation where it looks like that early, it's hard on everybody. And unfortunately, I think, you say it looks flat or whatever. When you're down big early, when things aren't going well, it can be really, really hard on the rest of the team. And I think, that's kind of a little bit of what we probably saw last night.
Jesse Agler with us on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bang banking, it's better. And I think we talked about it last week, Jesse. We were 5 weeks from the trade deadline. Now we're 4 weeks. Woods mentioned it yesterday. Very wise of you, Woods.
Oh, thank you.
Padres don't have to make a decision right now.
Right.
But they will in the next few weeks. Jesse, what do you need to see from the San Diego Padres over these next few weeks? Like, how well do they have to play before you feel like it's worth it to invest more in this team and in this season? Because obviously, if you had to make a decision right now, I just don't feel like it's worth trading prospects and stuff to add more to this team. But that could change in the next 3 weeks. What do you want to see?
Yeah, I imagine it's going to be fairly obvious to all of us, right? One way or the other, when it comes down to it. Like, if we get, 4 or 5 days out from the trade deadline, I don't imagine it's going to be all that mysterious one way or the other. I think we're all going to be able to look at it and be like, yeah, you know what, like, let's go for it. Or you know what, probably not the play. And I think it's interesting, that, the Padres are facing the Diamondbacks right now, because last year, right around this time, the Diamondbacks were kind of like the poster child for a team that, you thought might be in it, and just had a really, really hard month of July. And you remember back to last summer, and they just kind of crumbled. Everybody was talking about, will they sell? Will they buy? Like, what's going to happen with Arizona? And they fell apart. And Corbin Carroll talked about it, the other day after one of their games, I think over the weekend against the Brewers. And he said, we've learned some lessons, from what happened last year. He said, we put a little too much pressure on ourselves, last summer going up to the trade deadline. And we kind of had this mentality of like, we have to win because we don't want to sell. And he's like, we probably put a little too much pressure on ourselves. We probably tried a little too hard. That old baseball thing about, when you push too hard, it doesn't work. And it had the opposite effect, and they kind of crumbled last summer. And so, that feels kind of like the similar sort of position that the Padres are in right now. And, I think they're a more veteran team than the Diamondbacks were last year. But, you're in that space right now where it could certainly go either way. And so again, to answer your question, it does feel like, it could go either direction. And I don't imagine it's going to be a hard question to answer for most of us, when it comes down to it. I mean, possibly they end up in a gray area, a few days out. But I think odds are it'll probably look fairly straightforward, unless they are just kind of teetering right on the edge. But yeah, I mean, it's not a question we're going to be able to answer probably until, right up, against the bell, unless it goes really, really well or really, really badly between now and then.
Yeah, and they ended up selling off pieces last year, as we remember talking about the Diamondbacks. They got rid of Naylor, Merrill Kelly, Suarez. Yeah, and I'm looking at these names that they got back, and that's what kind of panics me a little bit, Jesse, because I'm looking and going, yeah, I mean, I know prospects pretty well. I'm like, I never heard of these guys. I have no idea where they stand, where they are. That's what kind of scares you. Like, yes, it makes sense.
That's the reality of this thing. That's the reality of this thing. And like, look, I'm not a huge prospect guy, so let me put that out there. I don't follow, the minor league system super, super close because I got my hands full, following major league rosters, with my job day in and day out doing this. So like, I throw that out there that I'm not like a major prospect follower, just because that's not my job. So I don't play GM too much, in large part because of that. But yeah, the reality is, if you're selling rentals, you're not getting back top flight guys most of the time. Right. Unless you're talking about that like superstar guy, that some team is desperate to have because they think he's the answer to all their questions. And so yeah, that's something to be aware of, when you're having these conversations. But again, somebody's going to be a free agent at the end of the year and you're out of it. Might as well get something. But yeah, like, you have to keep that in mind, because I know it's been a while since the Padres have been in that position. So if it does end up going there, you're not getting back necessarily like, the world's number one greatest prospect, for a rental. But again, that's getting cart before the horse right now.
Talking to Jesse Agler, and Jesse, Manny kind of brought up, elephant in the room before the game yesterday when we were talking to him. Padres are without some of their pitching horses, with Joe Musgrove and Nick Pivetta still on the injured list. But every team deals with injuries. Where do you kind of put injuries as part of the level of blame for where the Padres are right now, under 500? I mean, should we say, hey, if they were healthy, they'd be fine? Or is it more than that to you?
I mean, to me, and, I don't like pointing fingers, and I hope it doesn't sound that way, but like, starting pitching has been the biggest issue, right? I think that's like a fairly straightforward assessment of, what's generally gone on. And I know offensive numbers have been down for guys, but I think, if we're going to like step back and look at something, I think, like starting pitching issues have been a thing. And that starts with those guys not being there, right? And that is out of control. It's out of everybody's control. Those guys got hurt. That's not their fault. That's not my fault. That's not your fault. That's not anybody's fault. It's just a thing that can happen. And those are two hugely important people in Musgrove and Pivetta. And, it does happen, but to have like the two guys at the top of your rotation, kind of end up in that spot. And then, to have Michael King, who was injured really all of last year, most of last year, coming back from that and, kind of trying to find his way after injury last year. Now that's your three best guys, not necessarily, at their absolute best all year. That puts you way behind, the eight ball from a pitching standpoint. So I think it's a huge part of it. Yeah, every team deals with it, no doubt about it. But that doesn't mean every team deals with it equally. And that's like, it's not an excuse. It's just the reality of the season. And kind of goes back to what we were talking about with last night's game, and, when your starting pitching has trouble, it can have impacts downstream, with other things. And I'm not saying that, Manny's batting average is what it is because the starting pitching's been bad. There's obviously other things going on there, but like, if you're going to struggle with starting pitching, it's going to have impact on other stuff. And, every game has had its own little, issue. Every loss has had its own reason. But I would say, yeah, it's been a huge part of the struggles that the Padres have had this year. I think it would be crazy to suggest otherwise.
Talking to our pal Jesse Agler here on Ben and Woods, as we have every Tuesday forever, and it just makes me so happy every time I get to hear your voice, Jesse. As far as we talked about the trade deadline, do you get the sense just from talking to people around the game that next year's maybe potential lockout, does it have effect, right? Like not necessarily on players. They're going to go out and do their jobs, but like GMs. And
is it giving anybody pause?
Is it giving anybody pause, or is it giving anybody, lighting a fire? Maybe like, hey, this maybe you'll overpay a little bit right now because next year's promise to nobody. We don't know what's going to happen. Are you getting that sense at all?
I'm not actually. And look, there might be executives or teams that are kind of thinking that way, but I think generally my sense is everybody is kind of, approaching this as if things are normal, because you just don't know. And so you have to kind of proceed as if things are going to be normal next year, even though, odds are for a lot of people that they're not going to be, because you don't know. And so you can't, make a plan based upon something you think might happen next year, positive, negative, or otherwise. So no, I mean, I could be off on this, but my sense is everybody's kind of approaching this business as usual, because you really have no idea what it's going to look like next year.
I don't get, and maybe it's just me, the doom and gloom about labor for next year. I mean, people say, there's no baseball in 2027, wait until 2028. Well, why is it going to be back in 2028? If they can't get agreed in 2027, why will there ever be baseball again? But we all know the owners and the players, they both want baseball to keep going. That's how they all make their money.
Right.
So why can't they get something figured it out? I've never totally understood that. They know it's in their best interest to get something done for both sides, keep the fans happy, and keep baseball going.
Sure.
And yet 98% of what I hear from everybody, Jesse, is doom and gloom about next season. And I never totally understand why it always comes to that.
I think, at this point in the process, right, there's both sides are kind of throwing out, their initial thoughts. And, I think that's just sort of part of the natural process of bargaining, right, is you're going to lead with your biggest, quote unquote, scariest demands or wishes or whatever. And so, probably on paper, the sides are furthest apart at this moment. So that makes it look bad. And so, if you're a talking head, you're going to present it that way. Or if you're a fan, it might feel that way. That there's, oh my gosh, they're so far apart. Look at what this side is saying. Look at what that side is saying. But this is sort of the, public posturing portion of the negotiation. Right, exactly. So I can see how it looks that way and feels that way. I feel optimistic about it. Maybe that's just me fooling myself because, I make my living doing this. But, I kind of feel like you do, this is how they all make their living, is in this game. And so it is in everybody's interest to work something out. And, I'm hopeful that we'll have a full season next year. The game is in such a great place. It's in a better place than it's been at any point, I think, in the last 15 years. So, that makes me hopeful that, they'll work it out. Whatever that looks like, I have no idea. I don't really have an interest, one way or the other. I just, I want the sport to continue to thrive and be healthy. It's a great version of the sport right now. And I love the game. And, I think it's in everybody's best interest to play a full season in 2027.
All right, it's time for the last incorporator before the All-Star break. We have gotten to the letter O in the alphabet. It's amazing how fast it's went. It felt like we were just at the C just 10 minutes ago. And now here we're at the letter O. Paulie, if you would.
Abambulate.
Obambulate. It just means to wander about.
Oh. Yeah.
Obambulate.
I'm abambulating in my backyard right now.
Oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are. How's summer going for you and the fam?
Oh, it's absolutely chaotic.
Have you used this phrase yet? Because I've used it probably. My kids have been on summer. This is like their start of their second, maybe third week. I've used this phrase over and over. Hey, this isn't summer break for me. This isn't summer break for me and your mom. Okay? We got work. We got stuff to do. Nothing changes. I've used it. My kids are like, we get it, dude. You're not on summer break.
My kids, so, the little one is still she starts kindergarten in the fall.
Yep.
I don't know why we say the fall, but in the fall.
Yeah, the fall.
And
August.
So she's still in her preschool. So it's the normal, she's still in her normal routine.
Normal
the big
routine.
One, the big one is in a different camp every week. So of course this week the camp is 50 minutes away or something. But and it's funny, by the way, how that worked out one of the weeks I'm home.
Yeah.
But so it's they're, to them, it's okay, yeah, you'll drop me off. No big deal. It's nothing, but it's definitely, it's chaotic, man. Cause it's just it's a different routine every week and they don't seem bothered by it.
No.
The kids don't seem bothered by it, which is good. I'm glad they're happy, but it's definitely chaos.
Yeah. It's not summer for everyone. Just let them know it's not summer for everyone.
Jesse, we appreciate it. Enjoy the All-Star break, although as we know, it's really your wife's All-Star break and you actually get to be home and helping out for a few days. So hope she enjoys the All-Star break and you get back to work next Friday, but we'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you, brother.
All right, guys. Take care.
Jesse Agler, the incorporator, every Tuesday, minus the All-Star break.
Yeah. My kids, I said it 3 times yesterday. Hey, it's not summer break for me, bro. Life goes on. We got work to do.
What if we all still had summer break?
It would be the best. We wouldn't be here. I'd be sitting poolside with a sun kissed.
All of us
right now.
I mean, the world would come to a halt. But
We're getting ready for a water fight later.
Yeah, 100%.
Loading
Riding
up
my
some
bike
water
down to Ben's
balloons.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forget it.
We don't need to play the next 50 seasons of Major League Baseball.
We
We
got it
already
covered.
know what's going to happen.
Yep.
I'll let you know. Coming up next on The Fan.
All right, we are halfway home on a Tuesday. Holy smokes. Feels like a Wednesday, maybe even a Thursday. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer of the program. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor. Has never heard the song Beth before by Kiss.
I mean, may have heard it at some
Apparently a lot of
point. I'm
people
not
I tweeted
familiar with it.
I tweeted the amount of people in our audience, including my co-hosts, that have never heard the song Beth by Kiss is staggering.
I'm not going to say it's like any of my top Kiss songs or anything, but I was at least aware of it.
Yeah. Here we go.
Beth, I hear you calling, but I can't come home right now.
I had no idea that Kiss made music like this at all.
Me and the boys are playing.
And we just can't find the sound.
Can't find the sound.
Just a few more hours.
It's a beautiful song.
And I'll be right home to you. I think I hear them calling. Oh, Beth, what can I do? Beth, what can I do?
So he's jamming with his boys. She's like, dude, you ever coming home? And he's like, we can't find the sound right now. So I'm kind of torn. Do I go home to my lovely Beth or do I stay and jam with the boys? It's a tough scene. One we've all had to make that
is
decision.
the dilemma.
It's the dilemma.
Beth or the boys?
Yeah, that's right. Beth or the boys.
It's the dilemma.
Some people bring Beth along with the boys, and that never really works well. Ask John Lennon.
It's Beth or the boys.
It's Beth or the boys, but then they're like, hey, is it cool if Beth comes to the rehearsal? Actually, it's not. We don't really want Beth here in the rehearsal as we're rehearsing, right? So you try to have it all, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work all the time. So tough. It's a beautiful song, though. I think you'd really like it.
Again, I'd never listened to a ton of Kiss. I didn't love their more, glammy rock songs that much.
You were scared of the makeup.
And I was scared of the makeup. Fair enough.
And the fire breathing.
What are you hiding behind that makeup?
Your identity. And they just wanted to give a show. It was just entertainers, but that was a huge, huge song. Huge song. But you like a Nickelback song or two.
One or two.
Yeah, I get it. Got this, saw this on Twitter. I tweeted it sarcastically, but I don't know that people are going to think that I'm being sarcastic because this is pretty funny. This is ChatGPT. Now, I didn't do this, so don't blame me for using ChatGPT. I don't use it. Don't scream at me. ChatGPT predicts the next 50 Major League Baseball champions. I won't read them all for you, but I looked for the logo.
I mean, my first question to Woods was,
when
do we win one?
And the answer to that question is yes. Oh, we win exactly one.
Not as many as the Rockies.
In the next 50 years, we will win one in 2061.
2061.
We are in 2026. I could not even do that math if I tried.
I'm going to have to start eating healthier.
Yeah, taking way better care.
I'll be 71.
I'll be how old?
86.
86.
Yeah.
You don't have a chance.
No chance.
I mean, there's a lot of extra. We're going to have exercise. We're going to have to cut saturated fats completely out of our diet.
No more sausages smothered in hot beef for you, my friend. Okay. But the most interesting part of it all by far is the Dodgers only win one, and it's this year, which we all kind of expect
and then
them to
they
win.
go on a 49-year cold snap.
That's it.
Okay.
So I asked, do Padre fans sign up for this today? You get your one, they get none.
There's a few things that stand out.
Oh, there's a lot.
The Orioles winning 7 out of 8 World Series.
Starting in 27.
Yeah.
So they win in 27, and then the Braves sneak in 28, and then it's Orioles, 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 and Orioles.
6 straight.
Okay.
What do they sign in this new CBA that makes the Orioles so dang good?
How about that Marlins run from 2053 to 2058 where they rattle off 6 straight World Series titles?
After the Pirates get one, which would be their second.
I see the Yankees' first one on this chart is not until 2064. So does that mean from 2009 was the last one?
2009 to 2064.
So a 55-year drought for the Yankees.
From 2025 to 2049, there's different champions every single year.
From
2025 to 2049.
Not 2025.
2035, I'm sorry, to 2049.
Yeah.
Different champions.
Parity.
Every single year.
Guardians, Brewers, Pirates, Marlins, Royals, Tigers, Rockies, Mariners,
Rockies
Tampa Bay.
get one. The Rockies get one before the Padres
Tampa
in
Bay
2041.
Gets theirs.
Seattle finally gets one in 2042. The Rockies, Mariners back-to-back, and then the Rays get theirs. Wow.
It's like all the worst teams
all the
right now.
first-time champs in a row.
Yeah.
Yep. Nationals are in there. Guardians. Yeah. So do you sign up for that? 2061.
No.
But the Dodgers don't win any.
Except for this year.
Which we all
kind of acknowledge.
But a three-peat means
likely to
nothing
happen.
when you look at all these six-peats that are coming down the pipeline.
100%. They're not even the best dynasty of our lifetime. Not even close. The Orioles, clearly. And then later on, the
Marlins.
Verbo's kids, like the Marlins, will be like, oh, my God, man. You remember the Marlins, Ron?
The new CBA outlaws bats for the Dodgers.
Right.
You just have to go up there
with their
stand
hand.
up there with your hand.
The pickleball paddle. I don't know. I thought about it. I go, well, it made me. It was evocative. It made me provocative. It made me think about, wow, do you sign up for that? Knowing what's coming, but it's so far away.
No, we can't wait until 20.
You wait till you're 86 years old. Couldn't even drink and celebrate, really. Oh, man. This is another good question. Our pal Chris on Twitter asked this. Very simple. There's not actually people still keeping the faith, right? That's an interesting conversation.
Some people always
I think
keep
you
the faith.
are, and I think you should. I do. I mean, that's what being a fan of a team is keeping the faith.
I didn't look for myself, but I was told ticket prices have been dropping, which is a sign of some fan apathy, I think, setting in. I don't know.
I mean, the World Cup last night had a lot to do with it, I would guess. Right? People trying to
watch the game. I know they put it on.
I know
the
they had it on the
screen
big
at
screen.
the-
If
at
you
the
wanted to watch the
ballpark,
game,
but
yeah. Dodger Stadium was empty the other night because
on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean there was a game. So I kind of get it. I kind of understand it, but yeah, I think you will see if they keep going on this pace. Yeah,
I think it's already guaranteed that the Padres will set another attendance record this year.
I think so. I think
or close to it at this point. So this season is already check marked in the box.
That makes
we're
me
talking
more
about
upset.
future seasons.
That makes me more upset.
Yeah.
Getting more the fact that they're gonna set another attendance record. And it's like it just sucks as the fan. You're like, we're doing our part.
I'm more likely to go now. Fewer people go than when it's so crowded.
I have that weird nostalgia for when I grew up.
You could go.
We go to games all the time, weekday games. 12,000 people at Qualcomm Stadium. Easy in, easy out. Yep. No lines for any concessions.
Traffic.
You move around if you want to sit wherever you want. I do have
bad teams,
but bad teams. And this is way better than that. But
even as bad as it is,
that doesn't mean that I don't still have a little nostalgia for those days. Obviously, there was something in my childhood that I just remember about that, which was kind of fun.
What do you remember most about your childhood summers? Because I had a thing wash over me yesterday as I went over. We were watching my mother-in-law's house. She's got a pool, so we went swimming a little bit. The kids won't get out. They've lost their minds. But you know what we had by the pool after a hot swim was a ice-cold Sunkist. And it took me back to my youth. And I thought to myself, I need to bring this up to the fellas. And maybe we've done this before, I'm not sure. It all runs together. Sunkist for me is it's bar none, the most elite summer soda or summer drink you could have. Sunkist. I defy you to come up with something better that tastes better after you just get out of the pool. You put your towel on, you're a little chilly, you walk over, and you take it down. What's better than that? Both my kids were like in heaven drinking a Sunkist.
I was a big fan of Capri Sun.
The problem with the Sunkist, especially though, if you're drinking it like around the pool, bees.
Well, but you hold it.
They would crawl around.
Of course,
to the can.
they would do that to any soda. They do it to
but
root
they really
beer.
like the Sunkist, I think. But I love Sunkist.
You do not want Sunny Delight by the pool.
No.
I like Sunny Delight, keeping it real, but I don't want it by the pool.
No. It's weird though. You asked my summer memory, and I went to year-round school, so I had school through June and July. Every single year.
Everybody did?
I didn't. Well, I mean, different people had different times, but where I went to school, it was year round.
So you never got a summer?
No, I
What?
usually got August was
Okay,
part of
that's
my
summer.
break. So part of summer, like 3 weeks in August, and that's all I got. But then I also got 3 weeks in November and 3 weeks in February and like 3 weeks in April. So we split up our summer throughout the entire year rather than just jam it all together over 3 months, which I would think is both better and worse for parents, right? I mean, you have to, there's not like summer camps in November for your kids when it's year round. So you got to figure out what to do with them while they're off school. But if you ever want to go on vacation with your family and not everybody's going on vacation, you've got like different opportunities to do so when it's not the most crowded time of the year.
What about Kool-Aid? Kool-Aid was pretty elite by the pool. Grape Kool-Aid, cherry Kool-Aid.
But back when we were kids, you had to mix it. They didn't.
Yeah, and with a
already have
pound
the
of sugar.
pre-mixed Kool-Aid.
Literally add
sugar
like a pound
and the
of
powder,
sugar.
and then stir it all together.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, somebody said Sunkist makes adult beverages now, and I said, "Oh, I know. We drank them on the air. Remember that during
We did. No, that was Sunny D.
Sunny D. That's right. Those were
It was like a vodka seltzer, Sunny D seltzer.
so
something.
good. All right.
It wasn't bad.
Sunkist makes.
We
them.
did that for summer break.
Summer break.
A couple
That was
years
a
ago, or last year.
fun bit we never did again.
I'm doing it this year.
Yeah, you're leaving.
I'm literally
us.
going on summer break.
What do you want to do next week when he's gone?
That is a good question.
I have an idea.
Do you?
I have an idea.
Of Kyle.
I'm
in with
fully
us.
in the throes of this job, maybe more than any other job in the world. The amount of work that you have to do
To get
to
ready.
go on
Yeah.
a vacation in radio sucks.
Yeah, it's tough.
If you're on a music station, you have to literally record like a week of shows
Yeah.
while you're not going to be there.
Hey, it's Woodsy. This is fun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if it sounds a little different next week.
I got
So
it.
I'm already
I got
in the
us.
process of kind of getting Kyle all geared up for next week. So if you guys need anything, you have until
I mean, it'll
Friday.
clearly be different. We won't have, daily games to talk about in that sense. But I mean, I'm okay with, you always talk about experimental radio.
Yeah, we're gonna do it nude. First day, nude. You want to see how comfortable we can be with each other? Nude. We'll put some. Oh, nobody's here on Monday anyway. We're the only ones in the building. I forget because everyone else has a long weekend and the 4-day weekend. Fridays off. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, they don't come in to the building. We can do whatever we want. So yeah, nude.
Don't know how that serves our audience, but
It
I'd like
makes
to
them-
serve our audience.
Okay. Well, I mean, it would be uncomfortable. You'd be uncomfortable.
You'd be uncomfortable.
I'd be great.
No, you wouldn't.
I'm an always nude guy.
Not in public.
Not in public, but we're here. There's no one here. Remember, we're the only guys in the building.
We do stream on YouTube.
Well, they would just see our tops. They wouldn't see our bottoms.
So you wouldn't be uncomfortable with that part too.
No. I've done that before. I've gone tarps off in here many times. You're going to Vegas, Paulie.
Yes.
What is on the agenda?
For
the whole time?
Yeah, we'll be gone. We leave Monday morning.
Driving
And-
out.
Yeah, we're gonna drive this time,
Okay.
and then we get back on Thursday afternoon.
Okay.
So we'll be gone all week. Staying at
temp?
the Cosmo. It's gonna be hot.
I was just gonna check.
It's gonna be hot. It's really hot this week. It's like 112. It's gonna be like 106, 108, 109. But we're gonna do a couple of early pool times. Head out in the morning before it gets too crazy. Hit the pool. My wife said finally she has given me the okay. We're gonna go to the ice bar that I've been wanting to go to when we go in the summer. They have all the ice bars all over the place.
Yep.
Gonna do that. Get some drinks, the parkas, the whole bit.
The whole thing.
We were gonna go to check out NBA Summer League is going on.
Yep.
Tickets were surprisingly more expensive than I thought they would be. Like
You don't know anybody who can get you in for summer league? Yeah.
Get my wife one.
Yeah, absolutely.
See if I can
Your
do that.
assistant, you mean?
Yeah, you don't get a plus one. Your assistant.
My assistant.
You don't get a plus one.
She's part of my team. What else do we have on the agenda? That's it for now.
All right.
We're just kind of
Your wife
figuring it out.
says we're relaxing and touristy.
You know,
Yeah.
102, which is it's not
not bad
for
in Vegas.
That's very manageable
And
in Las Vegas.
She's right. We are just kind of going for relaxation. We paid for it with comps in the hotel. So we have a dope suite at the Cosmo. And I'm like, babe, we have no agenda. We can just relax. It's the beautiful fountain view and everything like that. We're going to, and Vegas, you can walk from casino to casino to casino,
Indoors.
all indoors. You can go shopping. It's all indoors. You don't really have to even go out that much. So it's going to be a good time.
All right.
I looked, you were saying the Sphere tickets aren't always cheap, but there's been days like recently where tickets are like down to like $40 or $60.
Yeah.
I looked, unfortunately, those
Spheres
4
lost
days.
9 of 10, so
That's right. Fan apathy is set in Vegas.
He's starting to set in the sphere.
They don't have any, there's no concerts the 4 days that we're there. They're all on the weekends beforehand. So the only available option for the Sphere was to go see Wizard of Oz. And I said, absolutely not. That sounds horrifying.
It sounds terrifying.
I know people who've gone
They said it's awesome.
They think that it was a really cool experience.
Really? Yeah. That movie scares me on a flat screen.
But that movie scares you?
Oh, it's a scary movie, dude.
You don't think
when
the
you're a
Wizard
kid,
of Oz is
it's
a scary movie?
but
that is scary now. That Wicked Witch is scary.
Well, yeah, but think of it as classic, like experiencing classic Hollywood.
They have like stuff in the Sphere that like flies around you. Like it's like
the
they're
apples
there.
fall off the trees. And,
I think you have to do it.
Yeah,
I think you have to. I would go for half an hour.
If Megan wants to go.
You know, we're going for my son to celebrate his 21st, and I asked, "Do you want to go do the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere?" And he goes, "No." I go, "Really? No." I guess people are not all that excited about that.
Oh, he's 21 years old. He wants to go look at boobs.
He doesn't want to see the Wizard
He doesn't
of Oz.
want to go to the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, Judy Garland on the
You
Sphere?
asked him?
Well, it's the Sphere. I thought maybe he'd be interested in the Sphere.
I got an idea.
He's my kid. He's got to have some of my tendencies.
Let us plan his 21st.
Let me take him, and you stay here and work. I'll go. Let me have a much better time. A much
I'm not
better
taking
time.
any days off. Don't worry.
Will you pitch it to him that Woods actually is going to go with you instead? I'm going to stay home, and you're going to have a much better 21st birthday.
I mean, you can't.
That's like, do you want to go to Cirque du Soleil, or what do you want to do?
Your kid doesn't want to go with you to an adult establishment,
I mean,
right?
I'm not saying that.
He can go on his own. That's fine.
I'm not saying to take him there,
all right.
but I'm saying
That's where
like
Ben's head goes.
you want to
We're gonna do drinks. We're gonna do
Wizard of Oz.
gambling.
Wizard of Oz. Okay.
But it's not. You can't do it all day. Drinks and gambling. You have to fill the hours sometime, and
I've done
it's
it before.
Probably hot.
They have
so
putt there. You
that's
guys can go.
an indoor option. Is
All right.
all I'm saying.
Okay.
We are also excited for there's going to be 2 World Cup semifinal matches while we're
That'd be
out
cool.
there.
That's
So
elite.
go find a couple of viewing parties or go to the sports book. That should be a pretty fun
That's elite.
moment.
That's elite. Well, I've got some ideas for next week. We can have some fun, but we got to get on it now.
Do they all involve nudity?
Yes.
Really?
Every one
single
of them. Everyone.
All right, we need a contestant for Take on Woods. We had our first qualifier for, by the way.
Hey, to the chat says, take him to Chippendales. Real bonding experience. What's the Australian one? What do they call it?
Thunder from Down Under. Thunder from Down Under, mate.
Tell you what, I'll pay for you.
Ben's gonna go to Ben would go to all the places that I walk by and I go, how does that place stay in business?
What room is buying tickets for this?
Like,
Ben's
I can't imagine any real estate on the Strip is affordable by any stretch. And I walk by I walk by Brad Garrett's Comedy Club and I go, who the hell is coming out here and going there?
Graham's getting up at the Hoover Dam on his 21st birthday on a helicopter tour.
Hey, I got tickets to go see Tape Face.
And
they were $4.99.
My dad took me 4-wheeling out in the desert. Some meth head. He's standing at the top of the Hoover Dam. Happy 21. Oh, my stomach hurts. Hey, buddy, can I come over here? I got a free vacation for you. Go here. Helicopter ride. What? Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. It's funny. All right, we do need a contestant.
833-288-0973. The grand prize is a trip to aforementioned Las Vegas at the Fountain Blue and $150 food and beverage credit. We have movies, we have music, we have wild cards still remaining this week. Those are your 3 categories. Your phone number again, 833-288-0973. Play Take on Woods when we come back.
Like, hey, you want to come see Carrot Top tonight? Let's go.
I mean, there's a reason they've been playing for so long. People must enjoy some of those shows, right?
Yeah, people from Omaha.
Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Had someone in our chat going, Ben, you look like you're thinner since you got back from Chicago. I don't know if I am or not. I do know that SDFatLoss.com has changed everything for me. And not only did I lose 40 pounds in 60 days, I've been able to keep the weight off. Just a different metabolism, a different me. And I just keep the weight off for some reason. I was never able to do so before. I had gone through other programs. I'd lost weight. I gained it back. I could not continue to eat regular foods. I can with SDFatLoss.com. That's the difference. Their weight loss program is based on real food, stuff you're eating from the grocery store. No prepackaged meals to buy, no shakes, no bars, just real food and real sustainable weight loss that increases your metabolism. No need to exercise to lose the weight. You really don't have to. You can maybe after you're done, and I have, but you don't have to do it to lose the weight. If that sounds like something you'd like, no reliance on those injections that are expensive and unending, set up a free consultation by going to SDFatLoss.com. That's SDFatLoss.com. And right now, take $200 off for 97.3 The Fan listeners on their summer special. So one-time cost, it's discounted. You don't have to keep paying it like the injections. Who wouldn't want losing a pound of fat per day and 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days? Check them out today. It's SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Fan is brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball season is in full swing, so is swim season. Make sure your pool is ready. Call now, mention radio for a free month of pool service. Of course, Brett Boone will join us tomorrow on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Big Bang Banking, it's better. We will be joining Brett Boone in a couple of hours on his podcast.
Can't wait.
I've gotten my head around it.
All right,
After
good.
Little hesitancy yesterday. I'm feeling excited now about the opportunity to join Booney, have the tables turned on us.
Me too. Can't wait.
For a
He
while.
texted me last night. He goes, "You boys been watching the World Cup?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "All right, I'm going to ask you about it."
Okay.
So get those soccer takes ready for the Brett Boone podcast.
So ready.
Hot soccer takes with Brett Boone.
Couldn't ask a better show.
You really could.
There's really not a better show in town for that.
All right. You could ask for couldn't ask for a better competitor than Stephen
You
Woods.
okay over
It
there?
is time for Take on Woods. Let's do it. Take on Woods brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarm for every business. We got you. And I believe Kim is our contestant today. Kim, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, good morning, Kim. All right, let's see if we can get you qualified for our grand prize. It is a getaway to the Fontainebleau, Las Vegas, and a $150 food and beverage credit this month. The Oasis Pool Deck at the Fontainebleau is officially open for the season. 6 acres, elevated pool experience. Book your stay at FontainebleauLasVegas.com. All right, we've got 3 categories remaining for the rest of the week. We have movies, a little movie magic, 5 movie titles that include the word little. We've got music, table for 2, bands with the number 2 somewhere in their name. And our wild card category is airport codes. So, would you like to play movies, music, or the wild card, Kim?
I'd like to play movies.
Movies. All right. A little movie magic. 5 questions, you against Woods. If you beat or tie him, we'll put you into the grand prize drawing. And again, we're looking for 5 films that include the word little in the title. If you don't know one, you can pass. We'll come back to it if there's time left on the clock. First question is our 2-second movie clip. Paulie will play you a little clip. You need to tell me which movie with the word little in it comes from. Kim, are you ready to play?
I'm ready.
All right, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. The category, again, a little movie magic. Your time begins when Paul plays our 2-second clip. Good luck, Kim. Let's take on Woods.
Under the sea.
The Little Mermaid.
Correct. 10-year-old Abigail Breslin received a supporting actress Oscar nomination.
Little Miss Sunshine.
Correct. Audrey 2 is the name of the man-eating plant at the center of which 1986...
Little Shop of Horrors.
Correct. Michael J. Fox provided the voice of which anthropomorphic mouse?
Stuart Little.
Correct. Kurt Russell stars as Jack Burton, a wisecracking truck driver who battles an ancient sorcerer in a San Francisco underworld.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Wow, Kim.
Dang.
Well done. You have qualified. No chance of beating Kim. 5 for 5. That was an incredible game of Take on Woods. Stay on the line. Paulie will get your information.
Chance.
I don't think so either. I'm going to give him the category just to see if we can make this close. All right, Kim's score is locked in. Pretty good score. I will give you the category. It's movies. A little movie magic is what it's called.
A little
movie magic. Movie magic. Okay. All right, 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays our clip. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Kim.
Under the sea.
SpongeBob?
Incorrect. 10-year-old Abigail Breslin received a supporting actress Oscar nomination for which 2006 film about a family taking her to a child beauty pageant.
Oh, Little Miss Sunshine.
Correct. Audrey 2 is the name of the man-eating plant at the center of which 1986 cult classic starring Rick Moranis.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Incorrect. Michael J. Fox provided the voice of which anthropomorphic mouse in a 1999 film based on an E.B. White children's tale.
Charlotte's Web.
Incorrect. Kurt Russell stars as Jack Burton, a wisecracking truck driver who battles an ancient sorcerer in a San Francisco underworld in which 1986 John Carpenter feature.
Battle for Los Angeles.
You got obliterated 5-1. The tomatoes are out. It was little was the word, so you got Little Miss Sunshine.
Oh, I was thinking magic.
The Little Mermaid, Little Shop of Horrors, Stuart Little, and Big Trouble in Little China.
All right, that was a blast.
Kim got all 5.
Maybe don't
Like
give me
in-
the category anymore.
I thought that would help you.
I
Did
did.
it
Tried
hurt
to
you
help
somehow?
you.
I've tried to help you.
All I thought was magic, and I don't know why.
A little movie magic, but a little.
I don't know.
All right, Kim, congratulations. You have
Congrats.
won our game today. We will take a little time out. When we come back, we can do our MLB Reacharound, a little limited schedule on Monday, but we did have some other baseball action to get into. Coming up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Well, after a crushing defeat like that, the only thing that can soothe me is a big, tall drink of Eco Water, which I just took. Yeah, just opened it up and drank a big gulp of Eco Water SoCal. You need to get the Eco Water SoCal system in your home. I'm telling you, you will be extremely, extremely satisfied. And when I go away, as I did in Chicago, I mean, the first thing I came home, I said, "Where's my jug?" Hannah said, "I cleaned it for you. It's right over there." I filled it up with Eco Water. It's not left my side since. All right. So give it a shot yourself. They've been doing this since 1925, over a century of perfecting the soft life. They will come out. They will do a free in-home water test for you. They'll show you what's going on in your home's pipes and what's coming out, what you're drinking, what you're giving your kids, your pets, what you're bathing them in. It's not great. It's not great. So check out their new systems. They feature smart leak monitoring. They got a whole home shut off if something happens. And with financing up to 84 months, it's a no-brainer. We live this every single day in the Woods household. You will love it too. 760-350-3338, 760-350-3338, or go to ecowatersocal.com. Let them know Woodsy sent you. Not everything in life should be hard, especially your water. They've been keeping it soft since 1925. He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please
just
don't.
a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Better Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Your incorrect answer of SpongeBob for The Little Mermaid Under the Sea. I mean, they do both take place under the sea.
Right. Under the sea.
Sebastian the crab, though. Different crabs in the different shows. I watched a ton of SpongeBob with my kids. They loved SpongeBob. Is that still a thing? Do your kids watch? Your kids have never.
I don't know. I'm not there in the mornings, so
maybe sometime.
Maybe.
Paulie, were you a SpongeBob kid at all?
Like a couple of the early years, and then I was quickly kind of out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
I've
there.
probably seen almost every episode because my kids watched it a ton.
I'm not there in the mornings, right? And so when it's nighttime, there's usually a sporting event on, or Taylor will be watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids or something like.
So you probably know this by now. Kids programming falls into two categories. There's the shows that are strictly for kids, like Blue's Clues.
Right.
And then there are the ones that do make it bearable for adults to watch.
Sure, Bluey.
And SpongeBob was one of those.
Bluey is elite television.
There's just enough sly humor where, kids have no chance of getting that joke, but I got it. At least that one was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And I think I knew right away because I hadn't watched any SpongeBob until my kids started turning it on. And as soon as I heard the opening theme song, and I laughed, who lives in a pineapple under the sea, absorbent and yellow and porous is he? I go, okay, these people are somewhat clever. They put together this show.
Very clever, as you'd have to be to write that over and over and
Been
over.
around for a long
time. But
like well over 20, like probably over 30 years now for SpongeBob.
Yeah, we're there's usually a baseball game on at night, or a movie. We watch a movie as a family, and it's never really cartoons. Sorry.
It's all right. I didn't figure you did, but you were quick on the trigger with your SpongeBob.
I was just trying to get a guess
so,
off here. Not that SpongeBob has anything to do with magic either,
Right,
which I
that's what I
thought.
was-
Right, I get it. It was a bad day.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I mean, something makes all those sea creatures talk. I assume it's
Magic.
magic of some sort.
I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking, but it happens. You're gonna have bad days on the
Under the sea.
I'll be back tomorrow with a vengeance. Music and wild card left.
Music and wild card.
Yeah, be
you're
fine.
starting to get more into your wheelhouse.
Yes.
All right. Shall we get to a little MLB reach around?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Talk about some good teams.
They're doing the
Reach around.
They're doing the
Reach around.
Everybody's doing the
Reach around. Yeah, let's start with one of the really good teams, current wild card leaders in the National League, the Philadelphia Phillies. Lost 15-1 to the Kansas City Royals, one of the worst teams in baseball. Christopher Sanchez, likely starter for the All-Star game coming up next week, gave up 12 hits and 9 earned runs in 3 1/3 innings.
God.
I mean, it can happen to anyone, I guess, in Major League Baseball. Do you think he should he should start, or should Mizorowski start?
Who's got better numbers?
Miz probably, but the game's in Philly.
Oh, then Sanchez.
Got to be Sanchez.
So I would lean towards
No-brainer.
Sanchez, although he also gave up 6, I think,
Who
2
cares?
starts ago. So
Yeah,
his
no-brainer.
ERA has kind of skyrocketed a bit. But I do think being in Philly. Now, I've also heard that Mizorowski might be online to pitch on Sunday, which
Oh,
would make
yeah.
him ineligible, which would kind of suck. I kind of want to see Jacob Mizorowski pitch in the All-Star game.
As do I.
I'd rather see him pitch in a playoff game.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
rather,
true.
Like really, and I'm being like I would love to see him just this year as dominant as he is.
Didn't he pitch in playoff games last year? He did.
He did.
Yeah.
He's even better this year
Yeah.
though.
But
and,
he is.
and he
He's
pitched
on
in an
another
All-Star
level.
game last year.
Yes.
So there's a lot of guys that are lined up to make starts that would make them probably have to opt out of the All-Star game. So they'll probably add some different pitchers. Maybe one of ours.
Another good young starter had a good outing. Cam Schlittler went 8 innings for the New York Yankees, who badly needed a win, and they got it 5-1 over the Rays. Just their second win in 11 games. Pretty critical series, though, because they're now, I think they went in like 3 or 4 games behind the Rays. If they kept losing, they could find themselves a little out of reach of first place, but a win to start a 4-game series. A big win for the Yankees yesterday. A wild one saw the Nationals beat the Astros 12-11. This is not going to make Padres fans feel much better, but C.J. Abrams, 3-run home run, his 19th. James Wood, a grand slam, his 24th. Of course, both ex-Padres heading to the All-Star game.
Where does James Wood end up? It's not going to be there. Scott Boras guy.
Ooh.
Where does he end up?
I mean, he's got at least 2 or 3 more years of control. Now, Abrams is a free agent right at the end of the season.
That's right.
But Wood's got a few more years. But you don't feel
a few more? Is it a few or is it one?
I think it's 2 or 3 more years before he's a free agent. But you would think with Scott Boras as his agent, he'll angling for the big payday, and it probably won't be in our nation's capital.
Probably not.
Yeah. I don't
He's
know.
really good,
I
though.
think it's early to say where he might.
It stings. Can't deny that one stings.
Yeah. The Mets got a Juan Soto go-ahead 3-run home run in the top of the 9th.
He used to play here, too.
I believe he did. Matt Olson, though, hit a tying 2-run home run in the bottom of the 9th for the Braves. He did not play here.
No.
But Luis Torrens hit
He
a
did?
2-run double in the top of the 10th to lead the Mets to a 7-6 win over the Atlanta Braves.
You can find somebody on every reach around roster. It's almost a promise.
Usually
Yeah.
you can. The Milwaukee Brewers rallied with a 4-run 7th inning to take their series opener over the St. Louis Cardinals 4-3. The Giants got 2 home runs from Elliot Ramos in support of Landon Roop. I think he also had a Little League home run as
did he?
well. So he had 2 real ones and one that was fueled by errors. Giants beat the struggling Blue Jays 10-1. And I have it in progress because I didn't stay up late enough to watch the end. The Dodgers actually blew a 6-3 lead to the Rockies
in the ninth,
and then came back to win it in extra innings. What, 8-7, I think was the final?
Dalton Rushing with the walk-off hit, also involved in yet another breakdown. Cole Carrig came in, slid into home, was safe, and Cole Carrig got up, and Dalton Rushing, so he was Carrig was on the ground. Rushing kind of leaned over and tagged him just to make sure, like, if you miss the plate, I'm going to go ahead and get the tag on you. I don't think he was upset about that. I legitimately think that Carrig was upset that the umpire was like right in his way. So when he got up, he started walking back to the dugout and he said something to his teammate on deck, like, guy's blocking me. And I don't think he meant Dalton Rushing. I thought Dalton Rushing was clean. Rushing immediately turns around, goes full Cobra Kai on him, and is like, what the F did you say? You don't say that S. And they start going at it. And I'm like, oh, my God, here we go again. The dude is now, listen, if he was a Padre, we'd love him, and they would hate him. But they love him, and we hate him. That's how it goes.
Yeah, they addressed a little bit of the Dalton Rushing stuff on Sunday's NBC broadcast with Jake and Oral Hershiser in the booth. And
Oral defended him, yeah, 100%.
Well, I think what was the line? You know, basically, you want guys who care. You know,
Yes.
you can mold those guys. You can't turn a guy who's apathetic,
right?
You know, around as easily as you can harness in someone who's a little too edgy on the field.
He's edgy for sure.
He's very edgy.
Very edgy.
I would think when you're the Dodgers, it's more of a problem.
Oh yeah,
than it would be for another franchise.
Yeah, because they don't have
because the Dodgers are
they're so
buttoned
businesslike.
up
Yeah, man. So
with the rest of their roster, and you're throwing in this Molotov cocktail into your really businesslike Dave Roberts led, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Kyle. I mean, these
as
are
pro as it gets.
These are just the pros guys, and it serves them very well. And then you just drop this Dalton Rushing bomb into everything. And I don't know. I mean,
it may work. You know, you may need a little of that. You know, it's Will Smith is like as vanilla as it gets, right? And he brings them a little bit of attitude and edge that, not that they needed it. You've won 2 World Series in a row, but he does bring in some of that attitude and edge. And again, if Dalton Rushing is on your team, you are defending him to the death like Dodger fans do. And if you're playing against him, you absolutely hate him. We've all played against Dalton Rushings in our life. I hated them. I told Bo the other day, you're going to run into, in this sport that you have chosen to fall in love with, more than you'll run into in basketball, more than you'll run into in football, more than you'll run into in hockey, more than you'll run into in any other sport. The biggest a-holes you will ever meet, you will find on a baseball field. Period. The end for your whole life, no matter what level you play, no matter how high you go. It's not even close. Right? You agree, Paul? You play basketball, you know.
Basketball,
some trash talking.
There's a lot of trash talking, and there's a lot of jerks. D-head players.
Yep.
Like I think the first basketball player that came to mind was Grayson Allen.
There's just more baseball players.
The guy that trips people and thinks he's better than everyone. Yeah. But you know, you're right. Baseball full of dirtbags,
just jerks, man. Like just like Dalton
it's
Rushing.
that same mentality of like Madison Bumgarner when he was on the mound. You know, how dare you have the audacity to hit any of my pitches?
Correct.
Stuff like that. It's
Frenchie says everyone I play against in slow pitch softball is like Dalton Rushing. It's so effing stupid. 100%. 100%.
What do you do if you're the Dodgers now, the rest of the season? You've got a 14-game lead in your division.
What do you do?
3 or 4 game lead for the number 1 seed. I mean, yeah.
Start playing with your other hand. Make it interesting at least.
I mean,
Mookie Betts play shortstop left hand.
How to keep a team locked in
You've
for 3
already
months.
kind of been doing that with your pitching staff. So you're going to want to bring back guys like Blake Snell and Tyler Glasnow, but they're not going to have anything to pitch for the last month or so of the
Getting healthy
season.
for the playoffs. That's it. Just getting sharp for the playoffs. They really played it well. They have. You have to tip your hat. They played it well.
I mean, but it worked so well for them last year when they didn't have that. You know, they were pushed most of the season by the Padres. They didn't even get a bye in the first round. Remember, they didn't even get a top 2 seed last year, and it worked quite well for them in the postseason. They played really well. This year will be different. They will cruise into the playoffs and likely a bye without having to play a meaningful game from July through September.
Yeah. Again,
you
I mean,
can see
they've
it
done
in
this
their
before.
You can see it in their eyes on Sunday. I was watching the Dodgers. I was watching the dugout and Dave spitting seeds, They know these games don't matter at all to them. They looked kind of bored.
Last night, though, I mean, down, they blew the lead and came back and won it.
They
I mean,
did.
they're a good team. There's no doubt.
Yeah,
man.
no, they win. They can win board.
They can win board.
They can win
That's
board.
a scary team
Yeah.
that can win board. That's a real scary team. But it was another interesting look. And again, if you have a couple of weird incidents at the beginning of the year, all the focus just goes right to you. So anytime you do anything, they're going to be magnify it. And, Katie Woo's written a piece about what a great guy he is. And, they constantly have to come to his defense. I don't know. There's a difference, though,
But they have to write something, and there's really nothing else going on.
What do you say?
So.
What do you do if you win every game almost? Like, it's kind of boring. I'll take it.
I would, too.
I would take that boring.
I love that boring.
Yeah.
Speaking of baseball,
Your biggest problem is how to get through the last half of the season because you're already on cruise control.
Tune in on Monday at 6 p.m. as Bet365 presents Odyssey Sports Midsummer Baseball Showcase Special from Philadelphia. That's next Monday, July 13th. All right, we'll come back with the Reindl Report headlines. Final hour of Bennett Woods on a Tuesday next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. don't know how I feel about what I just heard. Well, first of all, good for Chris Ello. Got a new endorsement that I just heard. You used to do endorsements for Blue Chew. And now Chris has got them for Blue Chew Gold.
Chew it and do it.
I remember
That's what I
that. That
used
was
to
in our
say.
early days at the old station.
Yeah.
For some reason, it sounded somewhat normal coming from you. I don't know why, but from Chris, it just sounded a little, I don't know, weird to me.
What part?
There's certain words that I guess, I don't know. I feel like anyone else at the station other than you, it just sounds funny.
Other than Woods.
Other than me.
Yes. You can say anything. Honestly, you have the ability to say anything. And you do, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Within FCC limits. You stretch it. I mean, there's not a bad word, obviously.
No.
It's the A word.
Ass.
No, not that word.
He doesn't say ass.
No,
on
he
the spot.
doesn't.
That would be.
It combines 2 proven ingredients for circulation, plus apomorphine and
Apomorphine.
That's the word.
That's the one. Apomorphine.
It combines 2 proven ingredients for circulation, plus apomorphine and oxytocin to enhance arousal,
All right,
desire,
that's it.
and
Arousal,
connection
yes.
from the inside out.
I don't know why. It's just a funny word.
Arousal.
Yeah. Arousal.
To enhance arousal,
I'm sorry. I hear it and I laugh.
it's arousal.
Arousal.
Like if Tony Gwynn Jr. said it, I think it would
Yeah,
sound
would
weird.
sound
If
weird.
Braden said it would sound weird.
Yeah.
If Frank
Arousal.
said it. If Scraby said it. Chris says it. If I said it, it would sound weird.
Say it.
Arousal.
Sounds funny when you say it.
Right.
Still sounds funny.
It still sounds funny.
Paulie, you want to try?
Arousal.
That sounds normal.
I don't know, but with you, it just is another Woods word.
Just another word. I don't necessarily.
Hacksaw. Arousal.
It's got apomorphine for my arousal.
Club Pilates.
Nobody gets more aroused than me. Nobody. I don't need it, but I take it anyway.
Club Pilates.
Blue Chew. Chew it and do it.
Hey, how are you? Head on over to Blue Chew.
I can't
Coach
do this.
doing it? That doesn't sound right either.
Doesn't sound right.
Who else?
I tried it once because they sent me like one
It worked.
to try. And give me it didn't work for me. But I'd also tried another one before and it didn't work for me. I think I'm allergic
Immune?
to apomorphine or something. It just didn't work for me. But it didn't not work actually. It just had like
what were you hoping it was going to do?
well, what it said it was.
Well, yeah.
Right? Like it worked. It worked.
It worked.
But
It
I had like a headache. It worked though. There's no doubt that it
But it had worked before you did it as well.
not like that.
So it did work.
So
Really
it worked, yeah.
Very
Just was
much
like,
so.
I'm a little lightheaded.
Maybe it's just a first time problem.
Maybe. So that was weird. That's a weird.
That's a good
convo.
point. That was
Let's
weird.
go to the,
Sorry I brought it up. Let's just get to the Reindl Report.
Yeah, just go to the
And
Reindl
get things
Report.
started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hey guys, it's Paul here. Hi Paul.
All right. 2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report.
Hey Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you? I'm good. How are you doing today? Okay, how are you?
On 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All
All
right.
right. The A word. All right.
It is an A word. Let's see here. We will start off in the NBA. You know, we were talking about it earlier. It's a bit of a slow time during the World Cup. This month is already pretty slow in sports. And then when the World Cup's going on, that's kind of the only thing going on. But I tried to find a couple of stories here. Mostly just because these numbers always shock me when you see NBA maximum contract news come out. And yesterday, the Cavaliers signed their star player Donovan Mitchell to a 4-year contract extension. It's a 4-year, $273 million extension, max contract for him. It also includes a player option for 2030 and 2031. Cavs, one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference last year. They are in the running to bring LeBron James home again. Don't know if he's going to go there or not, but Donovan Mitchell going to be staying in Cleveland.
He's there. Donovan Mitchell is clearly
He's a great
max
player.
player.
Oh, 100%. It's just it's 4 years, 273.
There's plenty of guys who are max players now in basketball. It's the ones where you don't want to lose them, but but do we really want to pay him that much? Like the Lakers re-signed Austin Reeves.
Right.
He's a really good player.
Good player.
But, man, that's a lot of money. Is Austin
Did they max?
Reeves? I don't know if he got a max, but he got a big deal last week.
Yeah.
That's the tough one for me is like not everyone can be a max player, but there are clearly some guys like Donovan Mitchell who are.
Remember, this is what people want in baseball.
Yeah.
This is what you want.
Listen to this. So
People
4
are
years.
begging for
What's
this.
4 years? Or 273 divided
60?
by
60
mil?
60
More than that.
More than that.
More like 70 and a
No. 270? 4 years?
just almost
70?
million.
Yeah,
Almost 70
65?
million. Yeah.
So it says here he could have waited until next summer and would have gotten an additional year on his contract. So that would have been an $80 million contract year. Would have been 5 years, 353 if he waited until next year.
Wow.
But instead, he wanted to let everyone know right away in Cleveland, I'm staying. I'm right
Staying.
here. We're not going anywhere.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that partly designed to lure LeBron?
Maybe gets,
in
or
as
if
well?
not LeBron, somebody else.
Or someone else.
Yeah, to help.
Yeah, he was entering, it would have been the last year of his guaranteed contract this upcoming season. So the way it works out, yeah, he took one less year with worth $80 million.
A lot of scratch.
Good God.
A lot of scratch.
But yeah, that's your NBA news. Actually got another basketball headline here. I told you it's slow. College hoops news. You guys remember, you saw him a little bit this year, but you really saw him in the 2025 tournament. Remember Amir Khan, the manager for McNeese State,
Yes.
had the boom box.
Yes.
He was leading them out of the tunnel.
He was like the Hawk Tua of that tournament.
He was like the number one like Cinderella story in the March Madness, that whole tournament. And I don't remember how far they got that year, but he turned it into, he gained like 100,000 followers on social media. He gained multiple NIL endorsements, including like Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a top headline on ESPN.com this morning because he is still a student manager and he is reuniting with the former coach, Will Wade, who's now the head coach at LSU. Amir Khan, student manager, has entered the transfer portal. And he will be a student manager with his former McNeese coach, Will Wade, at LSU.
Oh, okay.
So
So
he's
you're
going
saying
to-
he was a free agent and Brian Dutcher should make a call.
No, he has
Get
entered the
some
transfer. He's
excitement on
going
the
back
Mesa.
to his old coach.
Going back. Got
Going
it.
along with him to LSU.
Got it. That could have been somebody that
how
you could
many
have
years
targeted.
can you really be a student manager before it gets
As many years as you're a student.
somewhat awkward?
Yeah.
Well, so you could have done it.
I could have done it for
most of
almost a decade. Best to ever do it, Stephen Woods.
Speaking of Dutch, I saw a story from Mark Ziegler that they recruited all these foreign pros to get with the times, and now it's possible the NCAA is going to say no more foreign pros allowed. And they're going to lose half their roster.
Like before the season.
Before the season even starts.
No, you got to grandfather that
Yeah,
in,
you
buddy.
can't
That's
do
what they're
that.
saying. I
No,
think most
no.
coaches feel like, well, at least this year we'll be able to keep our players.
No.
But there's a chance they may say, no, if you're over 22 or if you played on a European
And so our
pro
whole
roster
recruiting
before,
class is just
the
gone.
whole recruiting class could just go poof.
So wheels
with one NCAA ruling.
They'll be holding open tryouts at Peterson Gym.
wheels spun in the offseason in the wrong direction. Right. That is
That would be the most San Diego
totally
thing I've ever seen.
unfair. I mean, you're playing under one set of rules and then just changed right out from under you. Well, thanks a lot for letting us know, everybody, that we weren't going to be able to use any of these guys that we recruited this offseason.
Wow. I did not read that. I will go read that. That is shocking. What are the odds of that happening?
I think they feel like it's fairly low because there's other schools, that have done this as well, and you're not going to take away, the blue bloods, best foreign players at the same time. But if they do, SDSU is in a world of hurt.
Dutch is like all that travel to places I would have never gone before.
You know how many
all that
times I
travel.
flew to Bosnia
Yeah.
this last couple of
Yeah.
months?
Had to learn all sorts of different words. And man, all right, back to the drawing board we go.
That I did not see that.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Even the idea of that infuriates
Yeah,
me
it's
right
infuriating.
now. Like,
Sorry.
all of your off-season work just gone.
Yeah, it's like hitting delete on your computer.
And then
You can't-
everyone's already
Can't get it
committed.
back.
You can't.
Did
There's
you save-
nobody
Did you
available.
save it? I saved it,
I
right?
didn't say- you
Where
didn't
is it?
save it.
It's gone.
Oh my goodness. All right. And then finally, we will wrap it up here. One of our weird food stories. How do we all feel about Pringles? Yay or
Good.
nay?
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay. I mean, they're
Certain
weird.
flavors,
They're weird. The
Yeah.
saddle shape and
the hydrated.
It gets to a
potato.
point.
dehydrated potato
Yep.
stuff. But
You get to a point where it's tough to get them out of the can when you're like halfway
Right.
through and you got to stick your hand in there and you're kind of like dumping them out. But then all the crumbs also
start
fall
pour
out.
at the same time. Sure.
But I'm okay with Pringles.
You
Pringles.
guys go one at a time.
Yeah.
You've done the stack munch though,
But
haven't
I've
you?
done it before, but
It's like the worst thing you can
I
do.
don't think you get it.
and you flip
I
them
don't
and it
get
looks like
any
a duck.
extra enjoyment from multiple Pringles at the same time. So I want
One is enough.
One is fine.
One at a time. Is
One at a
enough.
time is fine.
Well, Pringles has recently announced, this is a weird one. They will be selling flavored hot dog buns. Hot dog buns, regular bread bun, made with
bread.
Potato buns.
Ooh.
Potato buns.
Potato buns.
And they're going to have the flavor of Pringles chips.
like sour cream and onion hot dog buns.
I'm in.
They're called Pringles Pop Dog Buns. It's a limited edition line of potato-based hot dog buns infused with 3 flavors. Benny, you got one of them. Sour cream and onion.
That seemed like a no-brainer.
Barbecue.
Okay.
And then honey mustard was the third one.
Dude, this is.
So these are not
This
going to
is
be available in
ingenious.
stores. It's available through their online shop. You go to onceyoupopmarket.com.
That's a weird.
Yeah, I agree. That's their slogan. Once you pop, the fun don't stop. So onceyoupopmarket.com.
Doesn't it, in
Yes.
fact?
It does at some point. Even if you eat the whole can, eventually they're gone.
Says here you have to buy a 3-pack of their chips for $7, and then you get 3 buns with that order. And it's like they come in a can, like one bun in a tube
In a can.
of Pringles. If you're following along on our YouTube stream,
I am.
they put a little video out for this.
Introducing Pringles Pop Dog Buns. Tired of sad, bland hot dog buns that make eating glizzies a drag? Wish they were infused with the delicious flavor of Pringles crisps? Wish no more. Pringles Pop Dog Buns are the potato-based hot dog bun that come in 3, count them, 3 Pringles crisps flavors. There's sour cream and onion, barbecue, and honey mustard. Grab them today and bun max your summer.
Is that AI? That guy's voice?
I think so.
Didn't sound real.
I'm hoping it is, because if it's someone's real voice,
I got to tell you too, the sour cream and onion, which I was high on, didn't look great. Looked too busy.
I'm gonna go ahead and on a limb. Honey mustard, I think,
Honey
is the
mustard.
number one option of those 3 that I would go with.
Barbecue would taste really good too.
Yeah.
I do love
but
potato
you're already
bread.
barbecuing the dog, so it's like barbecue on
But
barbecue.
not you're not barbecuing it in barbecue sauce.
True.
Just putting on the barbecue.
That's true.
You know. Remember we went to the Billy Goat.
Yep.
Their buns were fantastic, and I
They
believe
were.
they were potato buns. Oh my god! You put anything in between one of those, pretty tasty.
You know what's the new bun sensation though? And I had I
Tell
had
us
it
about
at
this bun sensation.
Japanese milk bread buns.
Where'd you have this?
This is at a place I go, Copper Kings, the one that Jack and I like. In San Marcos. They make their own.
Tell me about this.
Japanese milk bread hamburger buns.
Amazing.
Really, really good.
Never even heard you talk about this.
Japanese milk bread. Yeah, I brought it up a few
I
weeks
must have
ago
been
when
out
we
of
went.
town.
Yeah,
man,
really good spot.
Well, the
Since you go all the way to San
Boulevard.
Marcos,
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's really good.
All right.
What I'll do is tomorrow morning is when the Pringles drop. They're doing 2 drops.
Yep.
Tomorrow morning and then next Wednesday, July 15th, which is National Hot Dog Day.
Try to get one.
So I will try to get some tomorrow because, we get 3 of them, 3 buns.
Yep.
We'll bring in a couple of dogs. We'll try them out.
In.
We'll taste test.
I haven't done a taste test in a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah. I'm in. Summer
I'm
break.
intrigued. It's
Summer
a weird
break,
idea.
Perfect time.
It's a weird idea, flavored hot dog buns. I hadn't really thought of that, but
Well, you know-
I'm intrigued.
You know, Paulie, there was a time when Ben and I growing up, if you wanted some nuts, you just ate regular old
Nuts.
almonds.
Everything's flavored now.
And now I'm sucking down wasabi almonds and honey and honey roasted, like all this. It's great. It's great. I'm in. Put a little spice on your hot dog.
What's the worst bread?
Oh God, what a question. Oh my God. Rye.
I never liked rye that much.
Do not like
but every
rye.
once in a while, I've had a sandwich. But every
not like
but every
rye.
once in a while, I've had a sandwich.
I don't like the little seeds.
Not a fan.
I don't like the flavor. Do not like rye. Oh, you got to get the so-and-so on rye pass. Do not like it. Never did. Would rage if my parents had it. Furious. But I also wouldn't eat bread back then with like seeds and nuts in it. I love it now. Seeded, nutted bread.
What do you think of pumpernickel?
Delicious.
Okay.
Absolutely delicious.
Can't remember the last
You go to
time
a
I've
steak.
had
You go to a
pumpernickel.
steakhouse. They have the pumpernickel rolls. You
Those
put
are
the
good.
butter on
Yeah,
it.
those are
Phenomenal.
good.
They got the little
A little
oats on
sweet-
top.
they're a little
yeah,
sweeter.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Is that the like darkest of the bread?
Squaw.
That's usually, I think that's politically incorrect.
Oh, is
now.
it?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Sweet brown bread is what that's called now.
It's like when we were
I know
sitting.
in Bordenburg, they changed the name. It used to be you could get a sandwich on squaw bread. Now
You can't. Oh,
it's sweet brown bread.
They can't. You can't call it squaw anymore.
I think that's why they had to change it. Yes.
It was ring the bell, I guess, on me or the racism bell or something because I didn't mean anything by it.
Yeah. The trend toward healthier, obviously whole grain options is a good thing.
Yeah.
But sometimes they have those breads that are just so seedy and
I like them.
Too much for me.
I like it. Toasted, way better. Toasted up, it's way better. We were at the airport, Ben and I said Alaska Airline pulled in, and I go, who is that guy on the wing? I said, is it an Eskimo? And Ben said, you can't say Eskimo. It's I said, I'm sorry.
An Inuit?
Is that an Inuit?
I think it's an Inuit.
An Inuit. And Ben said, so are they Inuit pies now instead of Eskimo pies? And I said, I don't know. I have no idea if do they even make Eskimo pies anymore?
Not sure. They still make Klondike bars.
They do.
Yeah.
Weren't Klondike bars a brand, a kind, was Eskimo pie was that a brand or was that
I think it was a brand.
Was it a brand?
Yeah.
Because if I say you get an ice cream sandwich, right? There's multiple different kinds.
Yeah.
And I thought if I want an Eskimo pie, that just was like a Klondike bar, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Inuit pie.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
A lot. Big fan. So, well, I apologize.
I've got bad news for you, Woodsy.
What's that?
Did you see Jeff Passan's latest?
No.
Just a minute ago. Pittsburgh rookie shortstop Connor Griffin has a torn tendon in his left ring finger. While Griffin could play through it, rehab is the likeliest option and would keep him out at least a month.
Yeah, make some adjustments to my fantasy team. Right now, that's a bummer.
I don't think that's going to long-term
No.
devalue your investment in Connor Griffin cards.
He's
but
still going to be a stud. That's a bummer, though. He's a good kid. That's a bummer for the Pirates, too. They need him.
All right, let's take a little time out. When we come back, I've seen a name being brought up by Padres fans in the chat. I want to address that when we come back with more Ben and Woods, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. The name that I saw brought up in our chat by Padres fans, Nick Castellanos. He was definitely a team leader. I'm not going to disagree with that statement. I don't feel, though, I think the implication is that maybe the Padres have lost something chemistry-wise without Nick Castellanos. And that's not what I've seen as the problem for the Padres lately. It's not a lack of chemistry. It's a lack of performance and execution and pitching mostly.
Challenging.
And I mean, he's been replaced ultimately by Samad Taylor, who's been actually quite good.
Yeah.
I mean,
good to see him back in the lineup.
I certainly wouldn't say, if we could just get Samad Taylor out of there and Nick Castellanos, the Padres would be so much better off. I don't see that as being really any factor toward the Padres' struggles is not sticking with Nick Castellanos longer.
No, I don't think so either. I do, I think, if that didn't wake them up, right? Like, oh man, they cut Casty because of his lack of production. Oh gosh, we better get it going. I don't know, man. This is when this is when you really start to feel despondent as a Padres fan. It's true. You look at it, man. I did a little little allegory yesterday about painting houses, right? And we talked about the managers that have been here since we've been a show together, right? And it's you look at it and you're like, well, there's only been a couple of constants here. The core guys for a lot of it, and then AJ. And you start to get despondent about it because you think to yourself, there's been this revolving door of hitting coaches and managers, and everyone's like, fire Craig. All right, fire Craig. Fire Souza. Okay, no problem. Fire them. Another one comes in. What is going to change? Do you think a new manager or a new hitting coach is going to walk in and fix it immediately? I don't know.
Well, I mean,
but could it help? I don't know.
Let's look at individually. From the start of the season, most of our hitters have actually gotten better. Tatis has gotten
not
better.
hard, though,
It's
because the bar was way low.
It was, but I mean, who's actually, Jake is hitting over 300 since coming back. Samad Taylor's been a nice addition.
Yep.
Sungwon Song is hitting better and looking better.
He can pick it.
Gavin Sheets is on a 7-game hitting streak. I didn't even realize that. And, he's been fairly consistent. Camposano's gotten better. I mean, yes, they started really low. The only guys who've really dropped off, Andujar was good at the beginning. Has really dropped off. You lost Laureano to injury. That certainly hurt, but that's not anybody's fault. He just got hurt and he's not available. But for the most part, hitters have gotten better as the season's gone on. It just hasn't helped them win more games because pitching has fallen off, over that same by more than the hitting has improved. The pitching has fallen off.
Pitching definitely has fallen off, which, was always a concern. Like, you're worried there's no way they're going to be able to hold this together and then continue to turn it over to the bullpen. And, when the bullpen hiccups, that's when you're done. That's when it's time to feel despondent. So, when I sit and think about all of the revolving door of coaches and hitting coaches and different philosophies, how many managers has Manny had, Toddy, since they've been here? A bunch. They've had a bunch. I don't know that is a contributing factor. Maybe it is. At the end of the day, the guys got to go out and perform. They get paid a lot of money to go out and perform better than they have. So I've always kind of felt like you guys know it's kind of my baseline. I don't give the manager a ton of credit. I don't. I don't give him a ton of blame. I don't. Not at this level. If you want to talk college, you want to talk minor leagues, fine. High school, no, little league, right? When it comes to the pros, the big leagues of baseball, especially baseball, not hockey, not football, not basketball.
No, I agree 100%.
I don't give them a lot of credit, but I don't give them a lot of blame, and I never have.
I think the baseball manager at the elite level, at the top level, I think the baseball manager is the least impactful of like any sport.
I kind of agree.
They're not drawing up plays, calling timeouts.
I kind of agree, man.
Of course, bullpen management
is,
I get it.
Is a full-time job.
But they're not running a defense, coordinating plays and drawing stuff up on a quick 30-second timeout.
There's no way to be ingenious really about the game. You can bring plays back that haven't been run since the 70s in football. You know what I mean? There's no way to be ingenious. Like, everybody bunt. Everybody bunt. We're going to bunt everybody 1 through 9. Like, okay, fine. They do that in college sometimes.
That could be your strategy. If your guys don't bunt, though.
It just stops for me. I don't want to say it stops mattering because it does matter. Don't get me wrong. It stops being, for me, as important. Now, again, if you're a good manager of personalities, that's what you want. And listen, you guys remember Joe Madden? When he was at his peak, what did they talk about? Oh, dude, nobody is better at managing personalities. And he's a psychiatrist of the game. The guys come to him. He can read his guys. How'd that work out for him?
Good for a while.
And then what happened?
Literally couldn't get a job for a decade.
And
now
I see him in what looks like a 1-bedroom apartment doing Zooms, with Ken Rosenthal and Fair Territory. That's what he's come down to. And he can't get back in the game. And that was one of the best managers there was. That was the guy that everybody wanted. So again, when it comes to this level, you can think it all you want. Get a guy in there that's fiery. Okay, get a guy in there that's fiery. We've had that. I look at it. I go, we've hit the whole DSM-4, Ben, of every kind of manager you can have.
Yeah, I
here.
think in other sports, you sometimes look for the guy who thinks outside the box.
Correct.
Creativity.
The Sean McVay, right?
You don't really want
the Phil
creativity
Jackson
in baseball.
Creativity is odd in baseball.
Yeah,
it really is. And again, like
if you told a team, we've just hired the most creative manager in baseball. Tony Vitello was a very creative hire by the Giants.
Yep.
It's not gone that well. They don't want creative managers. They want a solid guy that is going to be level-headed and consistent.
Yep.
And is not going to be screaming at them every other day. That's what players want. And generally, I know you don't necessarily think it as fans, but you want to give the players what they want. You don't want them on edge, unpredictable all the time
It's
over 162 game season.
yeah.
When is my manager going to blow up today?
Right.
You don't want them walking on eggshells around their own clubhouse. You think you do, you don't. That is the easiest way for teams to fracture.
Yeah, it's
is
like
when everybody is feeling tension because the skipper is about to blow at any moment. I don't think that is ever a good thing for a baseball team.
No question, man. And it's not a good thing for players either. The players that are wound so tightly, that will eat at you. That will eat at your teammates, all of that. Good point here by Chris. He said you got to separate in-game management with all the other stuff they're responsible for. Game preparation, daily routine, clubhouse culture, 100%. But
Every NFL coach has got to do that too.
Right. But it's funny because, again, we asked Bob Melvin when they hired Bob Melvin, and again, we had done our homework. I asked 40 people. All right. And they're like, this is such a banner day for your organization. I can't even tell you. Skip told me, he goes, I would have been the outfield coordinator or the fungo getter to just learn under Bob Melvin. Right. These are, we did our research.
I remember that.
And I asked Bob, how do you install a culture? He goes, the players do the culture. He goes, I'm not in there doing rah-rah speeches. I don't go in. He goes, no, we got veterans in that clubhouse. We have veterans in our clubhouse. They're the ones that install the culture. I don't really install it. And so I don't know, man. It's, there's been no good answer here so far.
Yeah,
and it's tough.
Smash the Number says creative managers, how we got shifts and openers. There's actually been a lot of innovation in the last 15 years.
Well, then they tamped it down.
It's not the managers, though. Those are all coming from
the front office,
offices.
my man.
Those are
100%.
all numbers, guys in the front office who
100%. There's no manager
None of those managers coming up are trying to reinvent the game.
Now,
that is coming from their front offices. You may want some creativity in your front office.
I will. Yeah. Oh, you got to have it.
Yeah.
You can't go old school and gut feel.
Yeah.
You have to have it, right? There needs to be happy medium. I was watching Brett Boone, who we are going on his podcast in like 30 minutes. He had Dusty Baker on, who I just love. I think he's hysterical. I think he's great. He's a character of the game, one of the best the game has ever produced. And Brett said, what's the biggest difference now between players and managers? And he said, oh, it's easy. Feel. Not a lot of feel for the game. And I go, oh, is this an old man yelling at clouds? And I go, no, he's right. Feel. There's a feel that's not involved. And you see it here with the San Diego Padres when it comes to challenges and things like that. There's no feel. They don't know when the game's important, when it's not. What's high leverage? What's not? Should I do this? And I know that's a new thing that they've thrown at him, but the feel for the game. Craig Stammen has a feel for the game in that he played it for 15 years. It doesn't mean you got a feel for how your players are doing. Mm-hmm. Dusty had it. Certain guys had it.
How do you make your team better at challenging?
That's a good question. I don't know.
What does Craig Stammen
There's
do?
not enough
There's not enough evidence yet?
Well, how do you you could have your guys stand in a cage and just go ball, strike for like an hour or two every day.
Not that long.
I don't think that would go over well. But how do you make your team better? Because you can't just say, don't challenge anything in the first 7 innings.
Because that's stupid.
Because you're missing out on tons of opportunities. But then the second you say, we need to be more aggressive challenging things, you have the last 2 weeks of the Padres losing both their challenges in the first 5 innings, like every single game.
Yep.
How do you get better at challenges when your team is just not great at it?
And that's why this job for me sometimes is hard.
And the weird thing is, you may be, not that you'll ever get an opportunity to bat in the big leagues, but You may be the best in the history and challenging. It has nothing to do with baseball skill.
No,
is knowing
feel.
like it's just feel and perspective and just being up there and knowing like that felt like it was a millimeter outside rather than on the edge of the plate.
It's all.
How do you get better at that?
It for me too. It's what makes this job the hardest is because it's truly how I feel. It's truly how I feel that like at that level. They put in so much work. There's so many games. Leave them alone. Let them play. Make sure they're good. My door's always open. That's what I kind of would need from a manager, right? I don't need the constant pat on the back. Like I just let me play. Let me play. Let me do my thing. If it's not working, I am the one that has to take all the blame. I'm not the one up there flailing at pitches in the dirt. Souza didn't make them flail at pitches at the dirt or pitches at their eyes, right? Like, we're going to give you guys processes. You guys have to go up and execute them. And if you're not executing, then it's going to fall on me. If they win 112 games, I'm going to be like, he's the greatest manager of all time. No, I'm going to say Manny and Toddy and Jackson. They had amazing seasons. Yeah. Like, I'm wired that way. It makes this job hard because, yeah, it's going down the crapper right now. So everybody in this town goes, his fault. Well, what about the other times they've gone down the crapper? You know, it's the players for me. It's always they're going to get all the credit. They're going to get all the money. They're going to get all of my applause and my adulation.
But they don't get all the blame.
But they don't get nearly enough of the blame, in my opinion.
I mean, and AJ Preller certainly has an outsized responsibility for
of course,
both the failures, but also all the successes.
Of course. We do it all the time.
Last 6 or 7 years.
We do it all the time where we go and litigate all the moves. And then you look at it and you go, well, for every blank, there's a blank that he found. You know, he got Jeremiah Estrada from the Cubs. For every blank, there's a Robert Suarez. For every blank, there's a blank. And it just, the list goes on and on. And the sheer volume of trades, you know, it's tipping like away from him now. And it could easily tip back in his favor. I said, if we're out of it, he needs to do some fleecing. He's gotten fleeced a couple of times recently, which was a little odd. He's got fleeced early, then he started fleecing. Now he's getting fleeced again. Got to get back to fleecing other GMs ASAP.
And he needs a new owner like Jose Feliciano.
Feliciano the Fleecer.
Help him out with that.
Yeah, it's just it's a tough combo, man. I totally get it. When you say fire Craig Stammen, it doesn't make me mad. It doesn't make me mad. I understand that because that's how it's been done here for a long time. And do other organizations hang on to guys too long? Maybe. Yeah. We might be on guys podcast soon whose brother may be one of those guys.
If the Padres season continues on this trajectory, I can see them making big changes at the end of the year again and trying something different. But I don't think you can fix it by changing the manager right now, today.
Yeah,
you can't.
Randy Knorr, Ruben Niebla, Bud Black. I have no idea.
Craig Stammen's not the problem. He may not be the solution, but he's not the problem.
It's just tough. And by the way, if they go, like I said, if they go on a 25-7 run, you will not see me saying, thanks to the steady hand of Craig Stammen, I'm going to say Jackson Merrill started to mash and Randy Vasquez figured it out, and the bullpen is lights out. That's who gets the credit.
All right, when we come back, we'll wrap things up. Which team's fan bases actually have more trepidation about tonight's game? Because there's arguments on both sides. Get to that next with Benna Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Fascinating conversations going on in the Ben and Woods.
We should do our own show.
We should. We were just talking about who the best leaders are in baseball, right? And because Manny gets kind of dumped on a lot. He's not a great leader. All right, because he hasn't won a World Series. Bryce Harper, good leader. Everyone is. He gets a lot of acclaim for that role. He hasn't won a World Series either. Mike Trout's I think he's played in one playoff game, maybe three. I think he's had one series. Is that right? One playoff series in his whole career, something like that.
Maybe
Had
two.
a play-in game, maybe like a one-game
literally.
wild card, and then one series they lost, I think.
Playoff stats. He's batting .083 in the postseason.
He's played in 3 games.
3 games.
Yeah.
2014 Division Series.
Yeah, man.
But
They
no one
were-
really feels like that's his fault.
Right. Oh, well, of course.
They were swept in 3 games by the Royals. He hit .083 for the series
he
with
had
one hit, solo homer.
Yeah. It's just a hard, who's the best leader in baseball? Unfortunately, I think it's probably Freddie Freeman. Probably is. He's probably the best leader.
Like Salvador Perez, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, I think you would.
I asked, is Aaron Judge a good leader? I was like, I don't know. I really don't know.
It's funny.
He's a good face of a franchise, but that's
He's a hell
different
of a
than being a
player.
leader. Tony Gwynn was a really great face of a franchise.
100%.
And I don't know that he was the lead. Like in '98,
Like a
I would say
rah-rah.
Cammy was the
Coffee,
the leader inside the clubhouse
I don't
more
think
than
for
Tony.
this year's team, this era, I don't think Manny wants to be a leader or the face of the franchise.
Yeah.
I think he just wants to be the everyday third baseman from here on out.
Just play.
Yeah. I think he's happy with somebody like Toddy or even Merrill or somebody else down the pipeline kind of being the face of the franchise, and he's the long-standing veteran. I don't know. But
I don't know either. I don't know what's in his head, but Judge is the leader of the Yankees. He's the captain. They named him captain.
Right.
But he's also, he's got that staminitis in him where he's always smiling. Like he's even when if he's mad, he still has that he has that smirk on him, You know what I'm saying? Like you've seen him, we got to get it going. And he's grinning from ear to ear. And it's like, bro, you've just lost 9 of 10 or whatever. Now he's not playing right now. And you see how the lineup has responded. I was talking to my dad about it this morning, driving in. He goes, there's nobody in that lineup that scares you. They pitch around Ben Rice, and without Aaron Judge, what are you afraid of? Jose Caballero and Anthony Volpe, and you're not afraid of these guys anymore. Judge is the only guy that can really crush you in that lineup. So, it's bad all over, except for LA. LA is rolling, man. First team to 60 wins yesterday, and they do have a really good leadership core. There's no doubt.
I'm sure Mookie's a great leader.
I don't know.
Oh, I think he is.
I think he leads by example. But I think Freddie Freeman is the guy that he tells them what's what.
I think a good leader does lead by example.
Sure. I mean, well, then in that case,
it's not just about who's the highest paid.
No.
Kyle Tucker makes $60 million. He's no leader.
No question. No, he doesn't have it. Yeah, Paul said Jason Varitek was the leader of that great Red Sox team. He batted 210. You know what I mean? But he was a guy they would follow into hell. Who's the guy on the Padres right now that you'd follow into hell if you're a player? Honestly, I'm where that guy goes, I'm going. And we've met a bunch of the old school guys at fantasy camp, and I can see myself if Tempe told me to do something, I'm doing it. If Flan told me to do something, I'm doing it. If
Trevor Hoffman
told,
I think he might be
Hoffman may be it.
Current, former, anybody that's been around the game. I think Trevor Hoffman might be the ultimate leader from every time I've interacted with him, every story I've heard, whether it's from him or somebody else.
Yep.
Him and Caminiti were the absolute leaders of those 90s Padres teams.
Do we think AJ Preller ever tried to talk Trevor Hoffman into taking the job? I don't think Trevor wants it.
A managerial job?
Yeah. I mean, he's obviously okay with a reliever doing it, so.
Do you think? Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Trevor would be like Craig Stammen plus, but I don't think Trevor has any interest in doing
I don't think so either.
The grind of that job.
But I also think, if you're look what Buster Posey's always going to have a legacy in San Francisco, right? Because of what he did on the field. But what he's done as the GM so far and the president of baseball ops, it's not been great. It's not been great. If you're Hoffy, you're like, I got a statue out front. What? Do I really want to go listen to Ben and Woods? Be like, what was he doing going to him in the fifth? You know what I mean? Does he want to hear that?
Do double media sessions every single day? I don't
Forget
think so.
it.
I know Trevor well enough to feel like that's not what he wants out of life.
He could do it.
But he could.
But he could do it. And he's a guy you'd follow.
Now, I know Padres fans have a lot of trepidation for tonight's game. Teams lost 9 of 10. You've got Herman Marquez with Johnny Brito backing him up on the mound. Arizona Diamondbacks fans can't be all that excited. Zach Gallen has been horrifically bad. I mean, the last 7 starts, 7 hits, 6 runs, 4 hits, 5 runs, 12 hits, 9 runs, 6 hits, 3 runs, 9 hits, 4 runs, 9 hits, 4 runs.
Did you hear the combo?
8 hits, 5 runs.
Did you hear the
with last night talking about
Palm, I think it was, talking about Zach Gallen's unwillingness to listen to, probably what they're calling the nerds of the front office. He is an old school guy, and he wants to do it his way. And he thinks he can figure it out, thinks it's mechanical. And so tonight is one of those games, Ben, that if you asked me to handicap, I would say, I've got no idea. All I know is that I've seen a lot of guys get right against this lineup this year. A lot. And Brandon Pfaadt looked like Tom Seaver last night. So what is Zach Gallen, watching this lineup last night, sitting on the bench going, oh, yeah, I can dice these guys up. Maybe it's the team that gets them, the Get Right gang, gets them back on track. I'm nervous as hell. I'm nervous as hell for every game now because all these games are huge.
That would be a really bad sign. If Zach Gallen dices you up now, I mean, the Diamondbacks aren't world beaters. They have the same record as the Padres as of yesterday.
And we all know how baseball works. We all know that you make a tweak on a Tuesday or on a Sunday, and you're like, I'm going to try that on Tuesday, and it works. And it works for you, and you get back into your old rhythm, and you can go on a little run. We've seen it.
Doesn't mean Padres are allowed to do that as well.
They are. That's the other thing.
They can make a tweak today and go on a little run.
That's exactly right. I look forward to that happening for sure. But I just, it's such a weird sport. I would love to get to a point that in like 2 months we replay this show. Or yesterday,
and it sounds silly.
And it sounds silly. I love looking silly.
That does happen in baseball.
It does.
We are wrapping things up. Got a little upset brewing. Halftime in Atlanta. Egypt won. Argentina 0 at the World Cup round of 16. So Messi, they need a big second half, or the defending champs could be eliminated by the Egyptians.
Feeling
today.
The pressure.
In Atlanta, Braden can keep caught up with Frank on the soccer. They are coming up. Next, we're going to go do our Brett Boone podcast, and he will join us tomorrow on the other end on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Big Bang Banking, it's better. But for today, for executive producer Paul Reindl and Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Have a great rest of your Tuesday from all of us here at 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.